Think we're live. But, to find out.
Think we're live.
Well, that sounds good to me. Good audio. Who will get the first comment tonight? It goes to... Well, one like. An internet user. An internet user got the first... I think last time... Who was it last time? It was, Manspider last time, I think. This time it was an internet user, followed by Space Thing, Spiral Polly, My Fearways, Danny the Bloxer, 30th Century Homer, PK King Crimson, Devil Deadly, Death by Dark Bliss, Shane Films, Alexander Davis, and there goes the chat. 95 viewers already. I think that's a new record. 55 seconds in, we got 95 viewers. Now we got 100 viewers. Wow. Well, anyway, now you got over 100 now. Crazy. Well, here we are. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I'll let kind of everyone roll in and stuff. A lot of new faces, a lot of old faces, so thanks for stopping by. Septicado Prime. Nick Yoshi Plush, Benjamin. So many people. I usually can't even greet everyone, but Nickel Mickle, Muffin, Omar, Zoog Weekend, CGG, Nostalgia, Mation Studios, Rat Otat, Charlotte, Natural Ketchup, Froggerzard. So, yeah. What's up, guys? So we're just going to hang out. We're just doing a Lost Media hangout. I haven't streamed like this in a really long time. So I said, you know what? I like doing a couple streams every month, and we haven't done one yet, and the month is almost over. So I decided to do one tonight. Joe Exotic. And like 2 minutes in, you already got a donation. Thanks for that. You are tonight's top crocodonor. See, that's the benefit of being the first to donate, is you automatically get to become the top crocodonor. So thank you for that. I think that is also a new record for quickest donation. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna let people kind of roll in here. It would be fantastic if we didn't spam the chat. That would be cool. Rodrigo was talking about Weird Al Lost Media. I'm not super familiar with Weird Al Lost Media. Lost Media music is kind of a realm that a lot of people, I think, haven't really gone into either. It's not really popular. What's up, Music Master? Yo, Edgar. Carranza with the $1. And their icon is a Doge. Thank you for that. I'll add you to the list. So yeah, I kind of let people roll in here. I saw a lot of new faces tonight, so if you are new to these streams, welcome. And you must know who I am, probably. And pretty much on these streams, we just hang out, we chill, we talk about Lost Media, and it's pretty much chat run. I directly read from chat for basically the whole stream. So whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about. And of course, with the thumbnail and the title, yes, in case you have not been aware of this yet, the Wicked Witch Sesame Street episode was found the other day. Big news about that. The band episode and stuff. So you can watch that now. It's online. And I guess I'll just throw this out there because I'm sure people are gonna maybe ask about it and stuff. Yes, that has to do, or because they're gonna probably ask when I'm gonna cover it or if I'm gonna cover it. That is a segment in tomorrow's new video. So I will be covering that tomorrow in the new video. So you can look forward to that. So I'll be discussing it more tomorrow, but for right now, basically, yeah, it was found. It was kind of leaked from a private archive, is what I've heard. And I guess it made the rounds pretty quickly. It's a pretty big news story. I saw a lot of websites were writing articles about it, and other things like that. So you can still find it around, and people have backups of it already. So yeah, really, really cool, actually. I did check it out. I would say that was probably worth the hype, actually. I was not disappointed with what was depicted in that episode. I can definitely understand why it was banned. Not even just for the Wicked Witch being scary, but other things in the episode that I felt weren't very Sesame Street like. But it's really cool to have. I'm really glad to have like been able to see it and stuff. So it's really cool. I'm glad that it. I wish it had resurfaced in a more appropriate way, let's say. But just like with the Giga Leak from Nintendo, I mean, it happened. It's out there. So like, at this point, what are you going to do? Like, not watch it? You know, I mean, everyone's going to watch that. So it was crazy, though. The whole idea that it had been, it basically had been lost for all this time, like, completely. Because back when it aired in 1976, it only aired once. And that was the only time it ever aired. And ever since then, Sesame Street did a really good job of, like, keeping a lock on it. And it was not re-released at all. It was shown at a Lost and Found event, or the event was called Lost and Found. It was at in New York a couple of years ago. They showed clips of it. Some people went to that. I was not able to go to that, but yeah, now we have the actual thing, the actual episode. It's really cool, though. Yeah, I guess it's probably... It is the, as NPC said, so it's officially found. I guess technically it is. It is the real master episode. It is out there. I guess Sesame Street themselves, though, didn't really put it out, so you could argue whether or not it was official, because it was kind of leaked. But it is the real episode. So, I did change it to live chat, gamer. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, I did do that. Yeah, and the chat is absolutely popping. I'm trying to read a comment and like it is just going crazy. But yeah, I do talk about the story about where the episode was and whatnot in tomorrow's video. Like I said, I'm covering this in tomorrow's video. This will be a segment. So yeah, there was a big donation of a bunch of Sesame Street content that was given to a certain place, and that certain place didn't have good protection on it, and that's kind of how it got out. Stuff like that. So, yeah, I would still like an official release of the episode. I know there was some like issues. See, this is actually contrary to popular belief. For a long time, I thought they never wanted to re-release it because it would damage the Sesame Street brand, but that's not actually true. Yoshi Killer from the Lost Media community informed me that it was actually because of various copyright issues with some of the people who are in the episode that are no longer around. You'd have to get permission from their estates and stuff to officially release it and stuff. So that's why it hadn't actually been on any kind of DVD compilation or anything like that, because there was some legal problems with that. So I've seen some arguments that, well, the only way it could possibly have gotten released was through a leak, because Sesame Street might have a hard time putting it on an official DVD compilation. But I would still, if they could get it done, I would still like an official release of it. That would be cool. I would buy it. I would support it. So if that happened, I'm in the market for that. But yeah, that's kind of the story with that. But it's really hype, and you guys can watch it. It's out there. But I guess I will say though, since this was kind of a bit of interesting stuff to take a note of. The episode is out there and you guys can watch it, and I guess I want to be pretty clear about this. I'm not really like part of the Lost Media Wiki. I do not help run the site. I'm not affiliated with any of like the mods or the admins. I operate as LSuperSonicQ and I'm a collaborator on the site, but I don't run the site. But I will say, because I do work with them, that they were pretty adamant about not spreading those links around the community and the website. And I understand why. There was some controversy about that I saw on Twitter. And the reason for that is because there were some issues that happened with that Lost and Found presentation from a few years ago that showed clips of it that were Sesame Street thought that the Lost Media Wiki had gone in there and taken the footage, and the footage wasn't even, there are bootlegs of that you can find. And that was not supposed to be filmed at all. And it was. And some Sesame Street people thought that the wiki was the result of that. And that was, they didn't get into any legal trouble, but that was kind of a big issue for the wiki. So just to protect themselves, they've been very adamant about not sharing links in the community, which I can understand for sure. So you can find the episode yourself, like basically probably anywhere at this point, but just don't go to the wiki and don't share the links around the wiki because it just doesn't give them, it's just not a good look. And I guess that applies to people who are re-uploading the episode as well. You know, I mean, a public re-upload content you don't own, it's kind of a gray area. So I just think it's really funny, just to make a comment about this, is I just think it's really funny that you know, people are like offended that the Lost Media Wiki like isn't helping spread this around and stuff, you know, as if it's like their duty to like, you know, spread leaks and stuff. I just think that's really like a really weird like point of view to have. So yeah, I don't blame the wiki for not wanting to really be involved with it, and like, you know, everyone can find it themselves anyway, so I can totally understand that. But pretty much though, yeah, it's been found, the episode has been found, it's out there, you can find it on YouTube and stuff, so give it a watch. Oh, Red Boy Paul, what's up? Keep up the good work. Thank you for that. The good work will definitely be coming tomorrow with that new video, which, like I said, we'll talk about this topic in further length. Although I guess I gave a pretty good summary of the whole thing, though. I don't think Big Bird did they swear? I don't think they swore in the episode. But that's one of the things I was really kind of like fascinated by with the episode, is that I felt like it was very non-Sesame Street. There was a lot of arguing, a lot of like, you know, I don't know. There were a lot of like talking over each other. The characters were talking over each other. And I kind of feel like, you know, you don't really see that kind of thing with like, I guess a lot of the other Sesame Street episodes. I feel like it's very clear, like what's happening. It's very like scripted. I almost feel like they were going off script, like when they were like arguing with each other about the broom and stuff. It's like, it was a little non-Sesame Street like, but I thought it was pretty good though. I quite enjoyed it. And I also saw some people were saying, or Philip Carsey said, any updates on Slam? I guess shifting away from the Wicked Witch for a second. Philip Carsey said, any updates on Slamfest 99? And I think someone else maybe said that too, unless you're just reposting it. Yeah, Slamfest 99 is another big update, or big topic that I guess is relevant right now. I was planning to do a big Slamfest 99 update video this month, but the script writing of it was really slow, because I have to like go back through months of, you know, progress and try and script that. Not to mention we were waiting on a few other like loose ends to finish. People getting in contact with other people, going to places to get information. So that also delayed the video. So I don't have anything really worth bringing up right now that would be beneficial to this stream. I would rather just save it for the video. But there hasn't really been any like huge like, oh, we got in contact with someone that like has it. Like, no, nothing like that. Honestly, that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't really gone out of my way to make the video as well, is because I honestly got to be real with you guys. I'm kind of putting Slamfest on the back burner. It's getting a little boring for me. It's a little tiring. I've just been following it for so long, and we're at a point in the search right now where it's definitely like, just, if you're like at this point, if you're not already like in the search, you really can't contribute anything like in the actual server. It's just the way that things have gone. Oh, Victor Martinez, title caught my attention. What happened? So maybe I should make a little comment about this on the screen, but the Wicked Witch episode from Sesame Street was found in full, so you can watch it on YouTube now. It was leaked a few days ago. Thank you for the donation. But yes, so that happened. It was big news. It's like all over the place. I would be surprised if no one, if like the majority of people here hadn't heard about that already, because it was like all over the place. But yeah, that's what happened. Maybe I should make a little thing. Well, if more people ask, I'll do it. But thank you for the donation. So yeah, that was the one thing that's the one thing about Slamfest, I think, is that it's getting to the point now where, like, it's just, the topic has been going on for so long, and like, if you're not involved in the search, it's really hard to contribute, just because that's the way that the search has kind of turned. We are actually planning on well, not we, I guess, but like the wiki is planning the next On the Hunt search relatively soon. They did another poll, and I think we're going to start doing voting soon. So that is happening. So if you guys are waiting for a new On the Hunt search, that's going to come up very soon. But as for Slamfest, yeah, just a lot of the like hype around it is just very, very small right now. And I have a lot of other like projects and videos that are just further along in production that like Slamfest is just not really a priority right now. So that's kind of what's been going on with that. I am planning on doing a video of it at some point, just not right now. I mean, the script is maybe like a quarter of the way done, so. Raptor Rex says Slamfest has been permanently lost. That's the one thing I will say about Slamfest. I don't think Slamfest has been lost forever. I don't think it's gone. We are finding evidence that suggests it's still out there, but it's just, that is still only evidence. It's not really like, we haven't found like we haven't found the X marks the spot yet. It's like we're still following the trail to the X, if that like makes sense. Also, I guess just, I will try and answer as many comments as I can, but like there's just so many that like it's gonna be really hard. So I'll try and answer them. Oh, here's something else also on the topic of newly found lost media and stuff. PK King Crimson said, would we need to track down the buyer of the Fist of the North Star theatrical print? That's our one chance. Yeah, so if you guys watched my recent video on lost media with adult themes, I talked about the Fist of the North Star original Japanese theatrical print, which was a super violent version of the movie that was released onto VHS and stuff. And right after I made that video, people ended up finding an old Japanese Yahoo Japan auctions link of the original 35mm print of the film. I think it was 5 or 6 different film reels. It was like the entire film. Like the original masters, the Japanese, masters of the film. So basically we found the uncut version, right? It had sold on Yahoo Auctions Japan back in April for, I think, around $4,000. I had no idea it was even up. I don't think people that were even looking for the topic knew that it was up. But we don't know who bought it because they've never resurfaced. I doubt they will resurface. And people were kind of speculating that like that's our only chance to get. So if you haven't, you guys should watch the video if you haven't yet. But pretty much the original theatrical release of Fist of the North Star in Japan, the movie, was very violent and gory, and it released like that in theaters, and parents and media complained about it, so they edited that version for release on VHS. A lot of the gore is cut out, and everyone wants to find the original version, right? The original vision of the movie. And that's what these film reels were that were sold. We don't know where they went. We probably will never find out who won them, because that's the kind of thing I would imagine someone is not going to want to dump, because then I don't want to be one of those people that's like, well, it loses its value after you dump it. But like, I mean, would film reels of a lost media movie be as valuable before the dump compared to after the dump? Like, of course, they're going to be more valuable before, right? Because it's elusive. So I can totally understand like people not wanting to dump it, and I feel like they would have at this point. It's been several months, so who knows if we'll ever actually find more reels, but they're out there. I mean, the same thing can be said with the JoJo movie, I guess, as well. There were rumors that movie existed on reels, or that there was some kind of like physical unit that had old forums from like years ago or whatever. I don't even remember what all that was about, but people had claimed that there were like physical versions of those, of the JoJo movie that like existed or whatever, like, whatever. So I don't know. But that's something else too to think about, I guess, is lost media that can exist like that. I mean, the same thing happens a lot of the times with like prototypes to video games and stuff too. Like a lot of those don't end up getting dumped or whatever, that the prototypes resurface, but they're not dumped, and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's interesting to think about, but I don't even know anyone like from the community that would have been able to afford that. I mean, we would have had to like come together as a group or whatever, and then we would have needed the right equipment to like get it online. And then there's Toei destroying everyone in existence who helps get it online because they're very protective with their stuff. So I don't even know, like, because that's something else too. And I guess, that's kind of what was like addressed in some way. With, the Wicked Witch stuff and other things like that too. It's like when it gets online, like what happens after that, is it like safe to share? Are you going to get in trouble? So it's just a bunch of stuff to consider like that. I'm a little off center, but I guess, oh well. So really interesting stuff. I saw a couple people who were... Crash Banuka said, I shared 2 interesting pieces of lost media to you on Twitter about lost episodes that only aired once from Bob and the Builder and Bizardvark. Never heard of Bizardvark. I probably Well, thank you for the donation. I probably didn't see it yet just because... Well, yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, my Twitter DMs are open and stuff. Man, this is like really... Trying to like reposition the screen. Yeah, my Twitter DMs are open, and I have I'm on Discord and stuff too. So feel free to send me stuff there. I probably saw your message, Cash, and just didn't respond yet. I'm very, very far behind on responding to messages, because I get so many of them. So I will take a look at that when I can, and I will let you know what I think about that. Yeah, I try and keep up with my messages as best as I can, but just between editing and everything else, it's so hard to follow everything sometimes. But I'll take a look at that. And I saw Peyote Cody said, I really liked your Chuck Jones Tex Avery video you did on the Separate to Lost Media. Yeah, the video on the Toonhead stuff. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I actually really enjoyed making that video as well. It was nice how it was still connected to Lost Media, but it wasn't just about Lost Media. I wish I could do more videos like that, but it's hard to find topics that are specifically about that kind of thing. Just because I feel like, it's not like Lost Media where it's like there's a billion different pieces of Lost Media. With that stuff, it's like, Cartoon Network didn't try to air banned things more than once. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find similar topics to that. But I really enjoyed making that video, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and it did really well as well. Everyone seemed to really like it. Nostalgia Mation Studio said, any CN Yes era Lost Media? I think there are some bumpers and other things. I think maybe the Ed and Eddie Eduardo crossover bumper was from the Yes era. I believe that may have actually been the era that was from. So I guess that would count. I don't really know if there's anything else, though. I haven't really looked. Other than when specific bumpers or specific pieces pop up, I am actually not familiar with the Lost Media from each particular Cartoon Network era itself. It's only when certain cases of it pop up. I think the Eduardo bumper was from that era, but other than that, I'm not too sure if there's anything else off the top of my head. I'm sure there is, because there's so much Lost Cartoon Network like bumpers and commercials and stuff like that. So I'm sure there is. I have not specifically like come across it yet. The unknown unpopular user said, "Hello, LSuperSonicQ. What's up, unknown unpopular user? Glad you could stop by." Moonbased. What's up, Moonbased? Would you talk about the Bluey Lost pilot? Yeah, I've been getting a lot of Lost pilot requests recently. I could definitely put together another like Lost pilot video. Interesting thing about Lost pilots, actually, I've been finding the interest that people have in Lost pilots to be smaller than it's ever been. I just feel like back a few years ago, you'd make a video on a Lost pilot, or you'd talk about it, or you'd just come across it in passing. Everyone would be like really interested in that kind of thing. But nowadays, I don't really see that as much. I think people are kind of over Lost pilots, compared to how they used to be. Maybe it's just because now that we have so much, the realm of Lost media is so much bigger than it was. People are kind of like just more interested in other kinds of topics that are more mysterious or harder to find. I still like Lost Pilots. I should put together another video about Lost Pilots. Bluey was a pretty popular request, I remember, and it's a kid's show, so that's, speaks for itself. So at some point I probably will talk about it. I'm just not sure when it's going to be because, like I said, pilots don't really seem to be as popular as they used to be. And I guess I can kind of understand that. I mean, I really, the animation Lost media and pilots specifically are one of my favorites, so I'm like biased towards it. But generally speaking, I can understand how like most people wouldn't really be necessarily interested in that. So there was a bunch of other. I was going to name all the pilots, but I don't want to give them all away because I don't want people stealing my ideas. Got to keep them in the secret LSSQ vault, I guess, until I cover them. Oh, and Steve S. said, "Can we find the divorce episode of Sesame Street next?" That's another interesting point to make about Sesame Street Lost Media. So this leak, I believe, did not just focus on the Wicked Witch episode, which if you're just joining us right now, yes, the Wicked Witch Sesame Street episode was leaked. It's available to watch. It's on YouTube. You can go find it right now. But I believe like a lot of Sesame Street episodes, like a lot of them, were taken from this archive as well. And I believe it's been speculated that Snuffy's parents get a divorce was not in the archive or not part of that. And I think the theory about that episode currently stands at the fact that it might not have actually ever become a real episode to begin with. So the story behind that, Snuffy's parents get a divorce is kind of the sister Lost episode to the Wicked Witch one. Like the two usually get brought up together. So Snuffy's parents get a divorce. It was an episode about Snuffy's parents getting a divorce. And unlike the Wicked Witch episode, which did air on TV once back in 1976, the Snuffy's parents get a divorce episode never actually aired. It was tested, screen tested with a group of like kids, I guess. I don't know how old they were, but like kids, people that would be watching Sesame Street. And I guess they didn't really understand the episode. They didn't really know what was going on. So I think Sesame Street just... The story is that they didn't air the episode because it didn't test well with the kids, which makes sense. But I believe we had thought it was a full episode and it just never made it to air. However, the story that is being discussed now is that it never was a full episode that would be available in an episode archive. It was just one segment or like an idea or like a little test idea that went poorly, so it was never developed into a full episode. That's what we believe, and that would explain why it's not in the episode archive. I don't know exactly how true that is. I'm not sure exactly if that's been proven, but that's what I last heard. So actually don't expect to see that episode because I don't believe it will be resurfacing from that same archive, which is interesting. Because it makes me wonder if we'll ever actually get to see it now that it's something that may have never even been developed into a full episode that, anyone could watch. I suppose you could see it from the other end of the spectrum, and you could argue, well, if it was never made into a full episode, there's not really any reason to hide it because it's not part of the actual series. It's just like a one-off thing. But once again, you got to think, if we haven't seen them by now, is Sesame Street ever going to release them? And that, I guess, remains to be seen. So, yeah, that's that. Sesame Street Lost Media is like really, really crazy. Um, um, what's up, Deadeye John? Glad you could stop by. I guess we're shifting away from. I was seeing if there's any other Sesame Street thoughts before I shift away from the topic again, but I saw Extreme Rec was saying, "What do you think of?" Oh yeah, Marble Madness 2. That was also, I saw All Things Lost made a video on Marble Madness 2, and I saw that. I also saw that. Yeah, a canceled NES port of the arcade game Fairyland Story was dumped as well. I did see those, yeah. I don't know a whole lot about either of those topics, so I can't really say specifically, like, oh, this is, like, I don't really have any connection to them, but I did see they were found, which is cool. Lost game stuff is always crazy how it, like, shows up, especially, like, builds of canceled games and stuff, so, those were cool. I was glad to see that they even were found and that they, like, existed. That was cool to see, but I don't know too much about them. I haven't followed those particular stories too much. Like I said, though, All Things Lost did a video on the Marble Madness game, so you guys can check that out if you are interested in that. And Marco Bravo, so Rio said, any more CN Lost Media videos coming out soon? What Lost Media are on regarding international CN versions? I do have more Cartoon Network related videos, like, kind of in the planning phases. I would like to do more. I don't have anything like that is definitely coming out soon, which is unfortunate because I would like to cover more of it. But yeah, international Lost Media from Cartoon Network is kind of like another rabbit hole in itself. I mostly am only familiar with that on the side of Super Chat from, I'll get back to that thought in 1 second. From BK, your vids get me through my workday. Peace and love from, is that Minnesota? Cool. I don't know if we've ever had another viewer mention they were from Minnesota, but thank you for that. I really like to hear that my videos, it's still, like, crazy to me that, like, people, like, really enjoy my videos, like, that much, to the point where, like, I can, like, help someone get through their day, or, like, when people see that I've uploaded a new video, it's like the highlight of their day. Like, it's crazy. I'm really glad that my videos can, like, provide that level of enjoyment for people. So thank you for the donation. Yeah, International Lost Media. Oh, Victor Martinez did another super chat. They're a new Sesame Street show that involves, I think I saw some mention of that, but I did not click the video, so I don't actually know what it's about. But I believe I know what you're talking about, like, very vaguely. A robot Sesame, we're gonna get, like, Gundam, a Gundam Sesame Street crossover now. That would be really funny. I don't know a whole lot about that, though. But I think I vaguely know what you're talking about. Yeah, the thing about Cartoon Network Lost Media, though, International Lost Media, I don't know a whole lot about it other than the Johnny Bravo spin-off blocks that I've come across in passing before, like, I think Big Bravo Breakfast was international, Viva Lost Bravo, Toon FM, stuff like that. So I will have to dive deeper into that category at some point. Herbert Schofield was saying, do you know anything about Camp TV? Yeah, I actually do know about Camp TV. Now, I don't know if that's lost. I know it was lost for a time, but I don't know if it's still lost, because I looked into it and I believe it was just a short little like trailer or like a promo or something, right? I don't know if the entirety of Camp TV is actually lost. So I'll have to, like, look into that again. But I am familiar with it. I think there were some early character designs and stuff in that particular pilot or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it though. I did look into it once. I think I was gonna like cover it in a video once, and it was like found or something, so I never did. I think that was the story with that. Raptor Rex said, "Do you think the Food Fight 2002 footage might resurface someday in some form?" I don't believe so, because the last time I heard about it, it was that the footage from the original version was like deleted, like straight up deleted. It wasn't actually stolen, contrary to popular belief. A story came out, I think it was on Reddit maybe, of someone who was involved with the film, and it was basically confirmed that the footage was intentionally deleted, like sabotage. It wasn't just misplaced or anything. So no, that stuff is gone. I doubt backups existed, because they probably would have used the backups, and if they did exist, maybe those were deleted too. So I don't think that's going to ever resurface. I'd be surprised if like someone had content from it like still around. So no, I wouldn't expect that. Momo said, "Yo, LSSQ stream. What's up, Momo? Glad you could stop by." Riley Owen said, "Would you ever think about doing a video on banned TV episodes?" Yes, I have. I've thought about that. I think it would be an easy video to get together, because I think there's a lot of banned episodes out there, but I would like to go through all the topics better, like more in depth, and put together like a good collection of them. So I think it would be easy, but it would require research. I would like to do it at some point, though. I think that would be a cool video. I think. I think the last time I thought about putting a video like that together, I was actually thinking about what band content I can think of off the top of my head, and I actually only thought of a couple things. One was the Wicked Witch episode, which is found now, and the other was actually the Mythbusters segment, which I talked about in my most recent video. I know there's like a lot more band stuff, but like just those are like the two I thought of, and like they've kind of already been like covered now, so I'd have to really go through and pick out topics specifically for that. Sponge Nick said the Oswald Japanese dub, that was found, I think. Someone on the Lost Media Wiki forums posted rips of that, so that's actually all been found, which is really cool. I think I covered that in one of my videos a long time ago. I'm kind of scrolling back up now for comments. I'll go back down in a second. Mouse Friend said, "Have you ever watched Jimmy Two Shoes? What are your thoughts in general?" Yeah, I watched Jimmy Two Shoes back when I was doing the video on the Lost Pilot, which is still lost, which I have contacts I have to contact, but I haven't got around to it. I thought the show was pretty good, you know. I think hopefully the pilot lives up to the hype that it kind of has created in my head about it. But I did watch the show around the time I was researching it. I watched a couple episodes. It was pretty good. Wasn't like my favorite cartoon, but yeah, I could kind of tell that the show kind of referenced a lot of the original ideas from the pilot without directly making mention that, what do I want to say, that, that it was reworked from a pilot that was originally supposed to be a lot darker. But yeah, it was cool. I liked it. Super chat from Jelly. Been watching you since 2017. You rock. Thank you for that. Thank you for the donation, and glad you've been watching for so long. 2017 was like, what era was that? I think that was like Kappa Mikey Pilot era and like JBVO era, I think, for the channel. That was a long time ago. Yeah. I think that was that era. Or was that 2016? That may have been 2016. 2017 may have been like, what era would that have been? What came after, like, the Kappa Mikey Pilot era? I have to go back and look through my videos. I can't remember, honestly. That's, like, the one era of my channel I can't really remember off the top of my head, because, like, Kappa Mikey Pilot era, if that wasn't 2017, I remember, like, the Toonheads Night of Independent Animation, The Wire short era. That was 2019. So it was 2018 and 2017. I don't know. Sometimes all the years just blur. Classic Gamer 74 with the donation. Any updates on the Big Comfy Couch Xbox ROM? Thank you for the super chat. And I regret to inform you that there have actually been no updates with that at all. I'm still in the lot. So there was that was a Lost Media Wiki on the Hunt search. I'm still in that on the Hunt channel in the server. And nothing about that. We're waiting on one of the developers to find the original like hardware that the game was being developed on, and that was a couple years ago. I think that was maybe during like the lockdowns and stuff. So he said it was going to be a while, but we haven't heard anything since. So I'm not really sure what the status of it is, and he hasn't said anything. So unfortunately, nothing about that. But if I hear anything, I'll keep everyone updated about it, because I followed that search quite a bit. I was really involved in that search when it was going on, and I did the video about it too. Does that mean that your 2016, 2017 era memories are lost media? I guess my memories are, unless I can get them back by looking at my channel. If I look at my channel videos, I'll probably like remember exactly like what the era was. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. I feel like every chat zoo weekends I always like miss your message or whatever. Oh yeah, Victor. I was almost gonna title the video the stream that. I was almost gonna title the video like Big Bird almost assaulted the Wicked Witch with a baseball bat, but I thought like putting the Wicked Witch first would like be more like recognizable for people. Like they wouldn't have to read as far into the title. But yeah, I thought about that too. Like he literally had a baseball bat, like he was gonna like smack the witch if she came into the coffee shop or whatever. That was really funny too. I kind of laughed at that. Michael's Mega said prehistoric LSSQ era. The prehistoric LSSQ era was like the art stuff. I guarantee you like 95% of the viewers right here don't even know that I like did art for the majority of my channel's life. Actually, at this point, I wonder. No, yeah, because I've been doing YouTube, I think, for 13 years, and 9 of those years were, like, art. So I guess that would still be the majority of my time on YouTube was art stuff. I'm sure most of you guys haven't even seen those videos, though. Someone asked me earlier, I think, if I was going to get back into clay or art. I mean, I'd like to. I just haven't found the motivation or the reason to yet. It's been on the back burner for years, so maybe at some point if I ever find the reason to, I will. Brian Zemish said, keep up the good work with $2. Thank you for that, Brian. I will keep up the good work, and that good work will be continuing tomorrow because new video, so that will be exciting. And the Wicked Witch is just one segment in the video. It's a whole 20-minute video or whatever. So that'll be cool. I like releasing those videos, and everyone else seems to really like them too. Roxas Sora said, anything new on the Nicktoons Zombified? Yeah, so that's a pretty popular topic that I talked about in one of my videos from a couple months ago, and it's a pretty popular thread on the Lost Media Wiki forums. That is a search for a series of Halloween-themed Nickelodeon bumpers where the characters are like zombies. Some people in the thread were looking for any possible re-uploads of them on YouTube through people who uploaded other Nickelodeon like bumper compilations and stuff. Nothing new has been found from those since my video. I don't think we had leads to some animators who did some segments, or they have clips of the bumpers that we've identified as the bumpers in their animation reels. So we're in the process of contacting them to ask them if they have the full thing and stuff. The only other thing of note was we're not sure if the SpongeBob one exists, because someone brought up the fact that it's weird we haven't found evidence of the SpongeBob one. So we thought there was 4 originally: Mighty Bee, Fanboy and Chum Chum, Fairly Odd Parents, and SpongeBob. We found the other three on Nickelodeon's website, we know they exist and we found screenshots, but no one has found the SpongeBob one. So it's not known if that one actually exists or not. And I find it weird as well that it's not on the Nickelodeon website on the Wayback Machine. You can't watch them, but you can find the little thumbnails like they were archived. And that is weird that the SpongeBob one wouldn't be there. And you'd think out of all of them, that's the most popular one that would be there. So my theory is that it's possible if it does exist, it may have been a one-off bumper that wasn't really under the Zombified brand, but it led to the creation of the other ones. Like, it was so popular, Nickelodeon decided to make more, but because it's not technically a Zombified bumper, that's why it's not with the other ones. That was my theory. We haven't really proven that yet, but Nickelodeon did a lot of other Halloween-themed specials and special bumpers and promotions, so it's very hard finding an exact match that relates to SpongeBob. Epic Friend. Hey, LSuperSonicQ, what's up, Epic Friend? Glad you could stop by. Classic Gamer 74. Oh, you donated again. Any news on the 1978 Mario plush? No, nothing on that. Where are you on the list? Yeah, nothing new on the E-Tone Mario plush. I haven't even been following that mystery, but I haven't heard anything about it. I thought maybe it had sold or something at one point. It had changed hands, but there's nothing new. There's nothing new about it though, so I don't have anything to report on it. That's a really old mystery, actually. I haven't really come across any new physical lost media mysteries or plush mysteries or anything like that recently. I haven't really found anything interesting on that front. Someone earlier said they enjoyed my Liberty Tree Mall videos, though, so that's cool. I like when people tell me they enjoyed those videos. I had a good time putting them together. I've also gotten some messages of people that were I guess they were at the Liberty Tree Mall and they took pictures and they're like, "Hey, I'm at the Liberty Tree Mall," and I'm like, "Oh wow, I guess more people." I covered a topic that relates to more of my viewers than I thought it did. And those people can go to the mall and live the video, I guess. You can stand in this, and I've done this before too. You can stand in the spot where the Liberty Tree used to be, the sculpture used to be 3 decades ago or whatever. And you stand there and you're like, I'm standing in history. I don't know. I like that mall. It's a good mall. Well, I know a lot of people say it's a dead mall. It is kind of dying, but I don't think it's dead yet. And regardless if you want to argue whether or not it's dead, I still enjoy it. It's still a good mall. Oh, is Cartoon Network's 30th anniversary in October? Whoa, no way. Oh, what are they going to do? I don't know. Cartoon Network doesn't do a whole lot for their anniversaries, I don't think. I think it was their 20th. They did some of those crossover bumpers, but yeah, that was it. I don't think they really did too much else. I would like it if Cartoon Network if they rebroadcast their original day one schedule in full. Something very old school and nostalgic. That's what I would like the most. Or if they brought back Toon Heads or something like that. Something that goes back to the past. That's what I would like to see. But we probably won't. We'll probably just see a Gumball marathon all day because that's what Cartoon Network knows how to do best. Frank Summers said, besides Slamfest, what lost media searches are you active in? Right now, I was gonna say Slamfest. Okay, not Slamfest. I am active in the Nicktoons Zombified bumpers. I've been following that. What else am I doing? I was looking into the Coconut Fred Lost pilot. There was a new thread on that on the Lost Media Wiki forum, so another pilot popping up. What else am I doing right now? Maybe that's it. I mean, I still have the Jimmy Two Shoes contacts I have to make. So I guess if you want to count that, that might be it right now. I've been focusing more on videos and less on active searches, but I think those three are probably the biggest right now. Unless I'm forgetting one, but I don't think I am. I've really cut back on searches because of videos, and also I just have a hard time balancing a bunch of searches all at once. But Jimmy Two Shoes, Coconut Fred, and what was the other thing I said before that? Oh, the zombified bumpers. Those are like the three I've kind of been focusing on recently. The Coconut Fred pilot being lost is literally 1984. Dreamcastian Turnips head. Yeah, I didn't even know there was a Coconut Fred pilot. Oh, Jamarcus Mudkip. What's up, Jamarcus Mudkip? Your wiki gets a shout out in tomorrow's video. So, yeah. I still feel bad I never got to cover the whole Thanksgiving lost media stuff. So the least I could do was mention the wiki in tomorrow's video, but I do also say in the video that I am planning on covering it hopefully this year. More of the lost media from it. Whoa, Joe Caldwell with the super chat. Supersonic, what are your thoughts about the recently released UFO sightings by the U.S. Navy, such as the Tic Tac UFO? These objects were seen on radar as well as video. Just wondering what you think. I think I had heard of the. Also, you're tonight's new top croco donor, so thank you for that. I think I heard about that on the news, or I definitely heard about that like somewhere. That like the government had released like UFO stuff recently. I didn't know it was actually anything to pay attention to though, and I haven't heard anything else about it beyond that. So I guess to give you some kind of answer, what are my thoughts on like UFO sightings? I don't know. I'm still like, I'm not a big UFO guy. I know that's like a big like pop culture kind of thing. I don't really know where I stand on that. I feel like, I don't want to say like I don't believe they exist, but I guess I tend to be more along the lines of like, there's probably some kind of explanation for it. That's just my first like gut feeling about it, but I haven't looked into the exact details of that or really any UFO sighting, so I can't say for certain like, oh, like I'm firmly against this because of these specific reasons. It's not. It's more like just from what I've seen, like most of them are debunked. I don't know. UFO sighting, that's like, I feel like that's kind of like in some kind of ways like related to like lost media in terms of like spooky sightings or like footage that the public hasn't seen, but not close enough for me to cover it in a video. So I don't know. I guess I don't really believe that it's too legitimate, but I could be wrong at the same time. I guess that's my thought about it. Whoa. Jamarcus Mudkip, who runs the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade wiki, said, on the topic of the wiki, there's a potential partnership opportunity with Macy's themselves that we've been offered. It's still in the works, but it's exciting. That is exciting. Wow. That's awesome. Man, that's cool. I wish I could get like a department store to partner with me or something. Yeah, I don't know. That's really cool. I hope that pulls through for you guys. Van Partible pilots a UFO. I forgot about the Van Partible memes. Oh, that's a good one. The UFO stealing our lost media. Yeah, they just beam it up. Meso Blues. You see, what if aliens beam up the last copy of Meso Blues that Van Partible has? See, if it was online, we wouldn't have to worry about that. Invader Pet said, hello, LSuperSonicQ. Are there any local ads from where you live that may be lost that you'd like to see again? Good question. I don't think there are, actually. Maybe if I thought hard enough about it, I could remember some, but I have a lot of personal lost media related to like stuff from retail stores and like the mall and stuff. So like local stuff like that, but not really any ads I can think about. I actually was thinking about this recently though, speaking of, local and personal lost media. I actually have a lot of high school projects that were actually aired on TV on the local like high school channel that I actually believe are lost media, that I don't have copies of it. I'm not sure if they still exist. Different like projects that I filmed, because we had a it wasn't like a TV station, but like a production studio in our high school, and we had a local channel. And I went in there a few times with different classes for different projects, and we would film stuff. And there were a few times where I was actually like on camera doing stuff. And a lot of those were like a decade ago, and they used to be broadcast on the channel all the time, and now they're not. And the school might still have copies of them, but I don't have copies of them, and I don't know. I don't really need them. I don't really want to see them again because there's stuff that I don't think I would really want to revisit, but they exist and they're lost media. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But as for lost ads, I can't think of any. Off the top of my head, anyway. Marcus Blackwell said, LSSQ, what video can you recommend for me in regards to Go for a Punch? Probably Wang's video series on it, because he was making those when the topic was fresh, and the videos themselves are like very relevant to the information that was available at the time. And not too much has changed since then, honestly. So I would say probably that. I would say watch Wang did like I think 3 or 4 videos on it. I would say go watch Wang's videos. Those are what I would recommend. Yeah, we'll do a high school content watching party on stream. That would be wacky. Music Master, I did not get a reply yet. I'm not even sure if I emailed him yet, honestly. I'll have to go back and look. I really can't remember if I did. I think I may have, but I'm not too sure. If I did, though, I didn't get a reply back yet, so I'll check on that for you. I think some high schools have dedicated channels depending on the area. I guess mine happened to have one. Do I have any tattoos? No, I don't. I don't even know what kind of tattoo I would get if I wanted a tattoo. Maybe like probably something lost media related, right? I don't know what it would be though, but that's probably what I would get. Retrokins said, "Hi, LSuperSonicQ. I think animatronic show tapes would be cool. I've actually been wanting to do a video on Showbiz Pizza for years, and I just never did. I think Seeker of the Lost did a video on Looney Tunes show tapes and footage of some of the animatronic Looney Tunes shows that were at some restaurants and stuff. It's a really cool video. Yeah, I'd like to cover those at some point. I haven't really gotten too far into that category yet, but at some point I'd like to, yeah. That'd be a cool idea. I think that's one of those things that's like, that's one of those things where it's like close enough to lost media where I would cover it, but it's not quite traditional lost media, so it's kind of, it mixes up the content a little bit, which I think is a good thing. Like with the Toonheads video I made, I really enjoyed making that video because it was connected to lost media, but it wasn't quite exactly lost media, so. Oh, BTR just said, my 2015 journal is lost media. I still have a lot of my old, like high school, a lot of my like high school, I guess like papers and different like, things like that from around that time that I still have. I mean, I don't really plan on using it for anything. I don't think it's really necessary to have, but I still have a lot of it. I guess that was all I had to say about that, actually. I guess that ended the thought, but yeah, I still have a lot of that stuff. I don't know if there's anything that I like have from high school that is like really like noteworthy to the LSSQ lore. The only thing I can think of is like before I started really using iMovie for videos, and before I even just started editing videos to begin with for YouTube, I actually did that for school projects. Like when I was back when I was in high school, the kinds of content I would film for YouTube would be with like a video camera, and it would be like I would be showing something or talking about something. It wouldn't be an edited video. But I was making iMovie projects for school at that time. So I guess you could argue, well, maybe those like early iMovie projects would be related to like my current videos because it was like kind of the prototypes, if you will, to my Lost Media videos because I was doing narrations and I was putting together, I remember them being very like not good because it was high school and they were like projects I didn't care about, and I was like whatever 16. But I would like to find those. I think at least for me, I would like to find them and look through them. But we've talked about that in actually main channel videos before, where I've lost a lot of those flash drives and a lot of that content. So I will have to try and find it someday. But that stuff is pretty classic, actually. Yo, is Frame Raider here? What's up, Frame Raider? Yo, Frame Raider said, yo, with the check mark, nice. Found some Lost Media at my parents' house. Just came back home. Whoa. Well, you gotta let me know what it is now. That's cool. Just casually finding Lost Media. Oh, it isn't anything remarkable, but it's SpongeBob related Lost Media is people go crazy for SpongeBob Lost Media, so that's awesome. Jane? Yo, what's up, Jane? Like the OG Jane. I feel like you pop into these streams every now and then. But it's cool when you do. I get flashbacks to like the old LSSQ cast days. Those are some good times. Ooh, lost scenes surrounding the golden age of cartoons. Is that like a whole rabbit hole I can look into? That would be really cool, actually. I've been wanting. That's kind of related to like the Toonheads video, I guess. Like I was saying, I'm looking for more topics that are similar to the Toonheads video, and that there could be some substance there. I'll maybe look into that. Get a tattoo of Van Partible to show your support for the release of Meso Blues. I was actually gonna. So I think it was Jeff Bennett. I think that's the Johnny Bravo's voice actor. He's on Cameo. Last stream we were talking about like getting him to do a cameo voiceover. Like of Johnny Bravo asking Van Partible to release Meso Blues. I was gonna do that. I was gonna pay him to do that, but I was afraid it would just like freak Van Partible out. Even like it's obviously just funny to us, but I think Van Partible thinks we're like a bunch of crazed psychos. So I think doing that would just like hurt our chances of ever getting it. So I'm not gonna do it. But I thought it was like really funny idea back when we thought about it. Sketch said, "Hello, what's up, Sketch?" Johnny Bravo tattoo. Slim Cognito said Beach Stream 1. Actually, I guess I will kind of mention this just because like I brought it up recently. Yeah, I like memes about beach streams aside, I actually did want to do like streams. A lot of you guys seem to really enjoy the streams where I'm outside or whatever. That was kind of an old stream setup that I did years ago that a lot of people liked, and I was going to bring it back. I am still planning on bringing it back. Next week, actually, I think I'm going to try to do that. I would have done it last week, but I needed time to edit my video, and I just couldn't afford to spend it like outside doing a stream. But next week, I think, would be a good time to do it, so possibly look forward to a outdoor, like, walking around stream next week, maybe. I'd like to do that. I think it would be fun. So that might be coming up soon. Especially since, I like doing a couple streams per month, and, like, June is over next week, so we'll probably fit in another stream. Sponge Nick found the Japanese dub of Oswald. Oh, good. Yeah, I think that there was a link posted on the Lost Media Wiki forums about that, I think. I would probably do a shirtless stream if we hit like a donation goal. Because the demand is there. Trust me, the demand is there. As strange as that is, the demand is there. So maybe if we ever hit like a donation goal, I would maybe do that. I would consider it. I I don't know what that goal would be. I don't know what it is, but like for some reason every stream like people always ask for that. Like it has reached like meme status. Like every time someone asks for either like a beach stream or like a shirtless stream or like other questionable territory that I'm not going to get into because it wasn't brought up, but stuff like that. So I don't know. Since it's the summer and since we were doing outside streams, maybe if it was like, if we set like a donation goal ahead of time, we happen to reach that goal, and I happen to be like going to the beach that day, or doing doing a stream outside that day, maybe I would go out of my way to go to the beach to do a shirtless stream. But a lot of things would have to align for that to happen. So absolutely no promises on that. Upside down stream, that's a lot more doable. I could just flip the camera upside down. Do you plan to do... Oh, unknown unpopular user has been saying this for a while. Do you plan to do Cubics World at Eon Kid? Oh, if they've lost pilots... I don't know about Eon Kid because I don't know. I don't have a lot of like memories with that. I don't even know if I know what that show is. But Cubics, if Cubics has a lost pilot, I might do that. I was looking actually... I was gonna say more, but I'm gonna save that video idea and not say it out in the open. But Cubics would fit perfectly into a video idea I have if there is a lost pilot or any lost media from the show. So I'll say that. Why is the stream tilted? Is it tilted? It's not really tilted. I mean, I'm in the center frame. I think I couldn't figure out, or I liked having the chat like or the donations like easily readable on the side. And I think the last time I streamed or whatever, my screen was all the way over, but there were like objects and glares blocking the chat, so I just moved it over. I think it was something like that. I actually have not seen Morbius, so I have no comment on it, but from what I've heard, it's really bad. I actually thought Morbius on DS was real when I first saw it, so that's about... Oh, title? Did I say tilted? Did I read that wrong? Oh, the title is what it is because if you watch the episode, the Wicked Witch threatens Big Bird by threatening to turn him into like a feather duster. So that actually happened. It's not clickbait. I can't believe I read that wrong. I thought it said tilted. I think someone else, though, did make a comment about why is the screen weird earlier, so I was thinking it was more people were talking about the screen. Nostalgiamation says, are there any web animation lost media? Oh, yeah, there's plenty of lost Flash stuff and lost... Yeah, that's a whole, like, subcategory. Some people were talking about, like, Total Fruit Island and, like, Battle for a Wish and stuff. I think all that stuff would be considered like web animation. I haven't had the time to look into it yet, but it's still on like my video list because those have been long requested. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that out there. Yeah, not clickbait. It's not clickbait. Yo, what's up, Metaroni? Yeah, I saw you here earlier. I just didn't... I'm missing a lot of messages. Ben Curb said, yeah, I mean, I can't go through like all of them. I'm trying to say more than one thought or like one phrase for each, like I'm trying to respond more than just like one phrase or one sentence for each comment. Now I missed what I was saying. Oh, Metaroni, I saw you earlier in the chat. Morbius is the movie of all time. How dare you insult it? Not a true Morbhead. Well, you missed a word there. I'll take your word for that. I mean, I've never seen it, so I'm not gonna argue with it. 4Kids TV ranking from worst to best. Oh, I have a lot of opinions about 4Kids. that gets into a lot of like nostalgia and stuff and controversial opinions. I'd probably say I think Sonic X was my favorite show as a kid on 4Kids. Kirby was I watched Kirby along with Sonic. Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that was on 4Kids. I watched that too. I watched One Piece on 4Kids. One Piece. I enjoy One Piece 4Kids dub because that's what I grew up with, and that's all I know the series for. I never watched the Funimation dub. I stopped watching One Piece after 4Kids and Toonami. So I like that series. Hate on me all you want. That's the One Piece I grew up with, so that's the one I like. And as for stuff I didn't like, all those weird shows like Dino King and Redakai, and I think there were other like weird like card game based shows, chaotic stuff like that. I also noticed this too. I was gonna say I also like, I would also say like the girl shows too were some of my least favorites, like the Winx Club and stuff. I didn't like those shows. So like if you ask me, that's what I would say. I remember reading comments on my video. There's a video I made about Lost, Lost programming blocks, and 4Kids was a segment in it. And I remember like getting a lot of like hate for saying in the video that I didn't watch 4Kids for the girl shows, and everyone's like, oh, like, like, I don't remember what like the wording of it was, but it was like, you're doing a disservice to girl shows. Like, you need to be more open-minded. But it's like, I'm not trashing the girl shows because they're girl shows. In the context of the video, I was saying when I was growing up, I didn't like the girl shows because I was a 12-year-old boy who didn't want to watch Winx Club. I'm not saying like girl shows are bad or whatever. I'm just saying that like as a kid, I didn't like them. So in the video, I said that they weren't good. Like, and people like were kind of like hating on me for that. I still don't think Winx Club is a good show. I mean, that's the bottom line. I'm trying to think if there are any like girl or shows that are aimed towards girls that are good. I don't really know what would even qualify as that nowadays. I don't know. I guess I maybe feel like nowadays there's less of a clear divide in what is intended for boys and what's intended for girls, I guess. As there was back then, maybe. I'm not like super up to date on like, current animation that like isn't, new Cartoon Network shows and stuff. So maybe I can't think of a good like comparison to that, but I don't know. I just feel like I got like a lot of hate for that for no reason. Spraynard Kruger said, watching a VHS recording of Cartoon Fridays 2005. Mac Daddy Foster's Home. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, oh, what a classic, Cartoon Fridays. I was gonna say, were they showing? I was wondering was Foster's Home ever on Cartoon Fridays? I think that maybe there was like is Cartoon Fridays different than Cartoon Fridays? Because I know that Foster's. I'm trying to remember back to like my childhood now. I remember like Camp Lazlo and Foster's Home. They were on like a block. Were they on like what was that Friday night block? Was it Cartoon Fridays that they were on? I know like Fried Dynamite and those existed after it. Maybe there was a time where it was Cartoon, because I remember Cartoon Fridays with like the Dexter, Johnny Bravo, like Powerpuff Girls, like that stuff. I'm trying to remember that. I do remember watching Camp Lazlo and like Foster's Home on a block, but I can't remember what block it was. Oh, live action hosts. Okay, then it must have been that then. Yeah, okay. Thank you for that additional comment. But yeah, I remember. So maybe those two hosts they were like Tommy and Tara. Was that their names? They did host a block called Cartoon Fridays or something that came before Fried Dynamite. Maybe that's what it was. It's been a long time since I've thought about those. Yeah, the Fridays block. Yeah, that might be what it was. PK King Crimson. It's been so long since I've even thought about any of those shows. Well, not shows, I mean blocks. Like the blocks of Cartoon Network that evolved from one another, that's kind of something I haven't really. I don't know if there's any lost media from those areas, so I haven't really explored it too much beyond what I remember. But I do know it went from like Cartoon Fridays to, I guess, Cartoon Fridays to like Fried Dynamite to like something else, and then I think like there was a final iteration of it. Um, that feeling when you destroy, build, destroy. Yeah. Oh my gosh, destroy, build, destroy. That was such a. I hated CN Real. Yeah, Raptor X. CN Real was so bad. Um, I feel a lot of CN Real stuff is lost media as well. You don't see a lot of that content just floating around anymore. Um, I haven't watched CN Real probably since it aired. I wonder if I was to go back and watch it, if I would find any redeeming value in it. Like I know as a kid, I was like, this live action on Cartoon Network, like bad. But I wonder if any of it would be redeeming at all. I just feel like most of the stuff they made, it felt like shovelware though. Like just thinking about um like Brain Rush and Bobby Says and like Survive This, just these like watered down, like terrible like rip-offs of like popular mainstream network shows. I can't imagine any of it like being good. I think of all the ones that get discussed, I think Destroy Build Destroy is one of the ones that people kind of like the most out of all of them. Um, I think Dude, What Would Happen is another one that's kind of like more popular. Um, there are a lot though that I never see get brought up at all, like Tower Prep and The Other Siders or something. I never see those get mentioned at all. A lot of those shows ended after like only not even a season. I think Bobby Says had like 5 episodes or 6 episodes. The last couple, which may have not even aired. Brain Rush, I think, had like 5 episodes. Yeah, really weird time for Cartoon Network. Really interesting from a historical standpoint, researching it. But as for it existing in the channel, yeah, pretty bad stuff. Oh, what's up, Mr. Bones? Glad you could stop by. Um, yeah, you guys are saying, dude, what would happen was like was good. Bud Dog 18 Personal said hi with the $2. Thank you for that. I will add you to the list. I saw someone else mention. I was doing a good job typing and oh, I guess a lot of these names are getting cut off actually. I don't know what I can do about that. Oh, Angela Anaconda, that's what I was gonna say. Do we want to go down an Angela Anaconda rabbit hole though? Apparently that show was really popular, like in Canada or something. They might bring live action again. I would be surprised if Cartoon Network did that, but at the same time I can kind of see them doing it because I don't know how the channel's really doing nowadays. Probably not that good based on what I've kind of gathered. Blah6 said, did you watch the Wicked Witch episode? Was it traumatizing like the parents said? Yeah, I was actually on the topic of the Wicked Witch episode, which for anyone who doesn't know, it was found and leaked online, so you can go watch it on YouTube now. I actually did watch it, yep, and it was a little scary. I can kind of, some of the visual effects and the sounds they used, I can see it kind of scaring little kids. Not to mention some of the dialogue. The characters were like talking over each other and arguing a little bit. I can totally understand where they were coming from, yeah. I felt like it lived up to the hype, which was surprising. You'd think that maybe like people were kind of like saying like, well, you think back in the day people were just more sensitive, but like, nah, I can totally understand it. It was a little, to think about showing this to a kid, I can totally see where they were coming from. So yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. Oh, Level Up, that was another CN Real show. Kaio 4. Level Up, that was, yeah, I forgot about that one. That was like Tower Prep, where I think it was like a series and not like a game show. That one is really forgotten as well. Um, the other siders ended because one of the ghost hunter kids was killed by a ghost on camera? That sounds like a playground rumor, Andrew. I don't know if I believe that. That doesn't sound right to me. Unless the series was supposed to be like because I thought it was supposed to be like a real fake ghost hunting show. Unless it was like a parody of those shows and it like ended with him dying and it was like, like the whole show was like a parody. I thought it was. Always thought it was like supposed to be like a real like ghost hunting show. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I was doing something else. Yo, we got a pair, blushing. Thanks for that, but I will add you, or I will update the list. I've never seen an emoji before. Yeah, I didn't watch or I didn't watch much of the other siders, so I mean I could be wrong about some of it. It was actually a bit creepy. Um Waste of time said, do you have any more info on Slamfest? No, I don't have. Slamfest is at a standstill. I'm going to do an update video at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, so I have nothing of note to report on this stream. Are they actually bringing back Angela Anaconda retro mellow? Retro melon dino. That is. Well, maybe my video will get a view boost, so maybe that won't be too bad. But oh my gosh, no way. I have seen the original Angela Anaconda shorts from Kablam, Raptor Rex. Yeah, they are awful. I actually couldn't believe they looked worse than the show, but they do look worse than the actual show. Dinosaur Office, the 3DS stuff too. Oh, yo, Budog with the $1 and then the 99 cents with the heart eye emoji face. Thank you for that. I'll add another $2. Or was it 3? No, it's 2. Okay. Open Discord again by accident. Yeah, I think it was. I just saw some like Keck Rock comments. Are we getting to the point where we're getting to the point of the stream where Keck Rock is now being memed? Mr. Bones said, "What's the scoop on the Zombieland Nicktoons bumpers? It's been a while since I checked up on that." Yeah, so the Nicktoons Zombified bumpers, I think the search is a little slow right now. We're waiting to hear back from those from the people that did those animation reels where the bumpers were spotted. Other than that, though, people have been contacting different YouTube users that have like Nickelodeon commercial compilations and stuff that I guess have content from around October 2011 or whatever, and they're asking if the uploaders have like seen or heard of any of these other zombified bumpers before, but so far none of them have. So we're at a little bit of a standstill, just waiting to hear back from people. That's kind of where we're at right now. So you didn't really miss anything too much. Nothing major or anything. Angela Anaconda divorce. Sir French Fries said, how did the Lost Sesame Street episode get found? So it was, I'm talking about this in a video tomorrow, more in depth, but essentially it was leaked from a private archive and uploaded online, which is arguably the only way it would have been found. Some people were kind of speculating that like if it wasn't leaked, it wouldn't have never been uploaded. So do with that information what you will. But that's kind of how it was found, was through a leak. And it spread quite a bit, so it's really easy to find. Skull Dreamer 29 said, "Is the ugly version or the ugly Sonic version of the Sonic movie lost media?" Some people were saying that it is. That, like the ugly, there's like a whole ugly version of the movie that exists, but I don't know if a whole movie was made with that Sonic. It may have just been those scenes or something. I'm not like super like up to date on that kind of stuff, like the lost media regarding that movie, but that's what I heard, is that it might just be those scenes and there was maybe no full movie made with that. But if it does exist, then yes, it would be. SML Video Parodies said, "I'm surprised that the Wicked Witch episode was actually found in full, and that we found the highest possible quality of it. I heard the way the episode was found was interesting." Yeah, it definitely was interesting. Not your traditional way of finding lost media. Although stuff has leaked before, it's not like this is the first time like content has leaked. Like, it's definitely happened in the past before. I think it just seems bigger this time because the topic was so famous, and we knew that Sesame Street had it and they just didn't want to like release it. So I don't know. Maybe those factors are kind of making it a little more bigger than it would have been otherwise. Guy Cusano said, "Question, LSuperSonicQ, any news on Toonhead's content?" I don't really have anything new about that. At some point I did realize I could contact, I think Jerry Beck was his name, and ask if maybe he has, like, he wrote the scripts to the Toonheads episodes that were not aired. Maybe he still has the scripts and he could share them with me, which would be cool. Or maybe he has the final version of the episodes and he could share them with me. I actually didn't even think about that until after the video, but I should maybe, he's pretty accessible. I could maybe tweet him about that, because I don't think Cartoon Network will ever release it or anything. So I'll probably have to get it from another source like that, if he would even be willing to share it with me. And other than that, I did find, or someone did message me on Discord. This isn't directly about Toonheads, but I kind of consider it related content. They messaged me on Discord and said that they actually found more episodes of Late Night Black and White, which I thought was really cool because there was only one that I could find, or like 1.5 if you count the Japanese broadcast of it. They found more episodes of that from a VHS tape, I believe, and I think they were going to upload it, or they already did upload it. So that was cool. Some more episodes from that have been found, which is a really good thing because I'd like for more of those episodes to resurface. But other than that, I don't have anything else from Toonheads to make a note of. See you later, Skull Dreamer. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Framerator shared the Lost Media SpongeBob Flip Flapper on Twitter. Cool, I will check that out after the stream. You guys can go check out Framerator's Lost piece of SpongeBob Lost Media if you go to his Twitter. I'll have to take a look at that after. I skipped you, Zug Weekends. Can you comment again, I guess? I must have missed it. Yeah, I'm trying to like read as many comments as I possibly can. Twingo said, what was the story? Yeah, so the story with the Wicked Witch thing is that a bunch of episodes were given to an archive, and essentially they were like leaked from the archive and uploaded online. And the Wicked Witch episode was one of those. And I guess that's basically the shortest way I can explain the story. I will be covering the topic in a lot more depth in tomorrow's video, so you can watch that as well. But basically, the episode was leaked from a private archive that Sesame Street gave the American Archive for Public Broadcasting, so, which is something no one thought was even going to happen. Seeker of the Lost is here. What's up, Seeker? So it's confirmed that it's from the archive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was confirmed it was from the archive. And Victor, thank you for the other, or for the super chat. Are you the new top Crockett owner? Yeah, you are the new top Crockett owner. Or wait, how much was that? 5? Oh wait, no, maybe you're not. My bad. You are $1 away, because now you're at 9. So close. Almost. Um, so do you expect Sesame Workshop will try to take down the leaked episode on YouTube? That's what we've all been speculating. We've all been kind of waiting for that to happen. I believe they have taken down some of the copies already. But considering it's made like such mainline big news, and like so many people have it now and have made backups and stuff, I don't know if they're going to waste time doing it, because like that would just, I almost feel like in a way, I feel like it might even damage their reputation now that so many people know about it. You know, this isn't just like a lost media community thing anymore. This is like a really big thing. Like this was reported very widely. It might hurt their reputation now to actually take it away from people. So maybe they won't do that, because there are still a lot of copies up, and you'd think they would have taken them down by now. So for that reason, I think maybe they won't take them down. And like I said, it might be, a pointless effort at this point, because it's not like if one or two existed, you take them down, like re-uploads would be pretty, scarce. Everyone probably made a copy at this point, so you'd constantly be fighting people. I don't know if that's something they want to go through the hassle of doing, especially, like I said, since it's such a big deal. So I would be surprised. Maybe we'll see some more takedowns keep coming, but I would be surprised if they continued to do that until every single one of them was gone. So that's my prediction for that. And then favorite Pokemon game? Probably Emerald. Nope. That was my first one. I'm nostalgic for it, but it probably isn't my favorite. Maybe Platinum. Platinum was not my first Pokemon game, but I really enjoyed it. So maybe it would be Platinum. Yeah, it would probably be Platinum, I think. I haven't played Pokemon in a long time, but I did go through Brilliant Diamond. I haven't beaten it yet, because I know I can beat it. I just haven't done it because the game is so easy. But I did play through that one and I enjoyed that. But other than that, I hadn't played Pokemon since the DS era, and I would say Platinum is probably my favorite. This may have been what Zoog Weekends was saying to me. Have you heard about the lost 2005 Nickelodeon Illuminati eye bumper? It was only on TV for 2 to 3 months before being pulled. Ooh, is that like a popular thing making the rounds? Because that might be good for a lost Nickelodeon video or something. That's not a bad idea. I haven't heard about that one. I'll have to look into it. I've been looking for more Nickelodeon topics for a Nickelodeon video, actually. So that might be really good to do. Mary Petrie said, is there an update to Slamfest? No, there is no update to Slamfest, unfortunately. I will be doing a video on that soon, but as of now, I have not finished that video or anything. And nothing like big has happened with it to the point where like I need to announce it in this video or anything. So it can be saved for the update video. Oh, what's up, Apple Flamingo? I saw you were here earlier, too. I believe I found someone who might have the entire NBC telecast of the 1974 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on tape. I will contact them this weekend. Nice! I didn't know that one was lost. Or maybe... I'm not super familiar with a lot of the Macy's lost media, but that's cool, though. If you can get in... If that's lost and you can get in touch with someone that has it, go for it. Add that to the collection of parades that we currently have archived. I really do have to read the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade wiki at some point. Cartoon Cal said, if you're looking for Nickelodeon lost media, I believe there's a fully animated alternate version of the Danny Phantom intro. Ooh, sounds cool. Danny Phantom is really, really popular. That might be cool to cover. I haven't heard of that one. And then Ed Mario, what's up, Ed Mario, said, about the Illuminati bumper, it consisted of a girl on a stage flipping her eyelids inside out. It ends with her being applauded by the audience. It goes by the name The Eyes Have It. Ooh, that's cool. I'll look into that one. I haven't heard about that one. Is it gaining like traction somewhere? I'm not sure, but that's cool though. I'll look into that. That sounds like the perfect kind of thing people would look for, actually. Bulldog 18 with the $5. Thank you. And I think that's a Shiba Inu laughing. Haven't seen that emoji anymore. I haven't seen that emoji either. Or maybe I guess that qualifies as like a sticker. Is that what Google calls their animated emojis? Like stickers, I think. I think that puts you at tonight's top crocodonor. But dog, thank you for that. I will put you up at the top. You have dethroned Joe. So thank you for that, and thank you to everyone that Oh, did I mess something up here? I think I messed something up. Now I have to like go back earlier in the stream and see. Hold on. Oh, I can't go back far enough. I think I accidentally deleted someone's name. 'Cause I think... Or no, I didn't. Wait, who was that? Oh, did I delete someone's name? I don't know if I did. If I did, I'll put this here and someone can correct me if I did. I may have accidentally deleted. Yo, Victor Martinez. I am king now? Oh, dang. We got a fight going on here. I guess Victor is now the new top crocodonor. Where are you? Yep, there we go. Thank you for that. Yeah, I was going to say thank you to everyone that donated tonight as well. Dang. By $1. Because if you want to see LSSQ go crazy, just keep like bidding each other up by $1. I'll have to keep switching you guys back and forth all night, and I'll probably accidentally delete the whole stream or something. I quickly saw someone said, oh yeah, Michael's Mega said, any leads on the Oswald Ozzy Osbourne commercial? No. Buddog with the $5. Keep it up. Oh man. Buddog takes the spot back from Victor. Wow, this is heating up. See, now I have to go do this again. So that was... Oh man. Ooh, and that's a lead of $4. Wow, that's enough to buy. The chat always likes making McDonald's memes. You could get a couple double cheeseburgers for that. Wait, did I miss something else too? Wait, is this the same 5? Oh, 5, 6. Whoa, 7 more. Oh man, wow, we're getting really far in there now. And now I have to do math. I think that was 7 more, so that's 23. I think. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. That is a high bar. Thank you, Buddog18 Personal. Oh, and I didn't even point these out. So we had the keep it up. We had the little keep it up emoji. We had a lemon laughing, and we had a hey you with sunglasses. And now we have a hippo clapping. It says GG, and a pear saying cool, which is another 7. That's another 7, I think. I think I'm keeping track of all these. So now I have to do more math. That's 30. Thank you again. I believe that was all of them. And yeah, these funds go to like video stuff. Like if I have to buy something for a video or like whatever the case is. I was gonna buy something for one of my videos recently. I think What was it going to be? I think I was going to maybe buy a new microphone. I think I had thought about doing that, and I just didn't pick one yet. But yeah. Thank you for all the super chats, everyone. I'm also expanding my animated sticker knowledge with these pairs and the emojis. I had never seen anyone use those, like the emojis and the stickers and stuff. Very, very rarely will people use them. Hayden Does Things said, nice stream. Thanks for stopping by, Hayden Does Things. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. Plot twist, LSSQ ends up using the money to buy 2 cheeseburgers. Oh no, we brought the food into this. I shouldn't have said anything. Now we're gonna start talking about food. Oh no. Oh, Seeker said the second we have a lead on Oswald, I'll make an update video. Yeah, for sure. Seeker did the original video on the Ozzy Osbourne crossover from Nickelodeon. That's a classic. Yep, there it is, and there it is, the ASMR stream. There it is. We mentioned it. We made mention of it. It happened. Like every time that gets brought up. If I didn't say that though, if I didn't like say, "Oh no, we brought up food," I feel like we could have talked about like the cheeseburgers and stuff without anyone even mentioning the ASMR thing. Jane said these streams are so chill. Yeah, I'm glad that a lot of you guys are like down for the vibe, which I think is cool. It's like I feel like it's like a very unique vibe with like the poor camera quality and like the dark lighting. I mean, I offered to upgrade that years ago and no one wanted me to. They liked this vibe. So you know what? I'll give the people what they want. If that's what they want, it's what we do. Extreme Wreck. LSSQ uses the money to buy the rights to Hippo Tubco. Now that's buying lost media. That's like a good use of it. Although, because I know that the rights for Hippo Tubco, I believe, yeah, they are for sale. I don't know how much they are. I don't know if that would be worth buying, but technically you could buy it. That's an option. Sato Pika. What's up, Sato Pika? Hey, LSSQ just got here. Was busy earlier, so I couldn't come. No worries, you're here now. We're still chilling. Just a small kitten said, so how would one gain the experience and ability to talk to someone competently during a lost media search? You mean like contacting someone that has lost media? So this gets brought up a lot with like people asking how do they contact like someone, like even just for this, you know, as an example, I contact a lot of animators and directors and creators for like cartoon pilots, and that's always a question that gets brought up is like, how do you go about doing it? So here's like a general tip for you guys. So most of the time when I contact, actually every time, I don't think there's been a single time where it didn't go like this. Every single like animator or creator or whatever that I've contacted, they've always been super nice and they really enjoy talking about their work. I think it's probably because a lot of those people don't get to talk about their work. They probably don't get a lot of people emailing them being like, you know, hey, I really enjoyed your show growing up or whatever. That's my impression, right? So they're all really friendly. And when I contact people like that, right, you don't want to like, you basically want to just like, I guess, be honest and like make it brief. So just as an example, what I do is I usually say like, and this is like the truth, I'm not even like just saying this for the sake of like the email or whatever. When I'm searching like lost Cartoon Network pilots and stuff, I usually always say like, hey, like, you know, my name is, and I introduce myself. I'm a big fan of your show. I watched it growing up, or, you know, it's one of my favorite cartoons, and I was doing a little research on it, and I, you know, heard that there was a lost pilot, you know, that you made for the show. I'm very interested in what this could be, and I tried finding a copy so I could watch it and experience it, but no one has a copy online. Do you know where I could find it? And then just end it with like a thanks. And they will almost every single time reply back to you and say like, hey, glad you're a fan. Either, unfortunately, I don't have the pilot, you might want to ask this guy or whatever, which is like with Kappa Mikey, that's what happened and that's what sent me on the big search for it. Or I think with the case of like the Squirrel Boy pilot, that Cartoon Network show. I contacted the creator of that, and he actually said he had it on VHS tape. It was just in his basement. He'd have to dig it out. He never dug it out, but he said he did have it and that he remembered it. So it's basically as simple as that. And I mean, it can get a little more complicated than that. Also, I see Victor, you super chat. I will get to that in a second, but it can get a little more complicated than that. Like, depending on who you're trying to contact, like if it's someone, like if it's a higher up at Nickelodeon, right? Or, maybe like a more controversial person in the animation community, or in those cases you might have to be more careful about your wording. Or even like on LinkedIn, for example, a lot of my LinkedIn messages are more formalized, like a business email. It's still generally worded the same, but it's structured a little bit differently. But even then, people are still really nice to you, as long as you can just like talk to someone like just like you're having a regular conversation, like, hey, like I'm a fan, or, I'm researching. I found this on your resume that you worked on this. I can't find a copy. Do you know where I could find that? Something like that, as simple as that, will usually get you really far. Like, you don't need some don'ts, some things you don't need to do is you don't need to like, give a long explanation about like your research so far, that like, well, I tried looking here and I tried looking here, and I, like, you don't need to like give them a whole rundown of your research, or even like why you're trying to find it. You don't even want to say like, I'm looking for lost media, or like, I'm from the Lost Media Wiki. Like, don't do that. Just say like, hey, I'm a fan. I enjoyed this show. I found out there was some content from it I've never seen. Would love to see it. Do you know where I could watch it? It's as simple as that. And most of the time, like 99% of the time, that works. And Epic Flynn said, have there ever been not so friendly encounters? Honestly, not that I can really think of. Like the only times I can recall where things didn't really go, I don't even want to say like weren't so friendly or didn't go as planned, but the only times I can think of is either A, if the person just doesn't respond, which might just be because the email isn't used, like they don't use that particular email anymore, or they just don't want to respond, things like that. Or like, I think maybe the worst case scenario I've experienced is like the people were a little, I don't want to use the word like sharp, but they were a little sharp to say like, no, they don't have it. Like when I contacted a videographer from the MGM Grand where Slamfest was filmed, I contacted him thinking because he was their lead like videographer or whatever. I think he still works there. He was there during Slamfest, so we were wondering, and we were thinking, like, maybe he has like a copy of it, like a copy of Slamfest. And I reached out to him and I said, and I basically worded it the same way as I have this whole time, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And he was very quick, very like one word sentence, like, no, I don't have that. Or it was something it was like, no, like, I don't have the content you're looking for. Basically like, don't bother me again, which is totally fine. I mean, he wasn't a jerk about it, but like, it was just very quick, very short, like, okay, he's off the list. I won't bother him again. But I've never ever contacted someone who was like, I can't believe you messaged me over this. Like, never contact me again. Like, the nerve of you. Like, it's never been like that. So those are the do's and don'ts to contacting people over lost media. Also, what's up, Lane? I'm a little late to the party, but at least I came. That's true. And then Victor said, if there's a Culver's restaurant in your area, you should go there. Their butter burgers, whoa, that sounds like something, are fantastic for the quality. It's a bit pricey. That sounds a little pricey. Thank you for the additional super chat. I don't recognize that restaurant, though. I don't think we have one around here because I've never heard of it. So yeah. It might not be around where I live, but I thought we had another restaurant conversation at some other point, like last stream, and we talked about stuff that wasn't that people were saying, "Oh, you should try here or there," and I didn't have any in my area. I can't remember what it was though. Oh yeah, no problem. Just a small kid. I mean, it's good advice. Everyone asks all the time. I don't mind telling people about that. So I hope you find it useful. I hope you find that advice useful. For your own lost media searches and stuff. Um, but it's one of the most frequently asked questions I get, and it's really as simple as basically you know, um, it's basically as simple as creating like a business email as if you were going to do business with someone. It's not as formal as that though, especially with the animators and stuff. If you just email an animator from their website, you can be a little more casual with it. It's just on LinkedIn you might want to be a little more formal. But even then, like I said, I've never really had any bad experiences. Nick Cooper, good evening, LSuperSonicQ. How you doing this Wednesday night? Pretty good. Weird, just chilling, talking about lost media. You know how it goes. Yeah, I actually do. I actually do remember there was someone said, um, yeah, Epic Fwen said, someone exclaiming, "How the heck did you find me?" Okay. There was one time during the A Day with SpongeBob search, I was not in on this call, but apparently someone did call someone at Regal Films, and they did actually get really, really mad on the phone. But that was Regal Films. That was A Day with SpongeBob. That is like a completely different entity than like every other piece of lost media. So I would not even group that into the same category personally. Um, Ed Mario said, "El Supersonic, I'm wondering if you can do a mini topic video for an obscure piece of merch I found. It's a prototype plush of the character Bud from the cartoon Space Goofs, made by Saban. Never heard of that one. That actually might be good. That might be good to group into another like physical lost media video. I actually have some topics for related to physical lost media that I have not covered yet that I would like to. Could maybe group that into a topic or a video like that. Someone also, I think, asked me earlier about Kelly Toy updates or something. I've heard nothing about Kelly Toy for a long time. I don't even know what's been going on with Kelly Toy or anything. I think, yeah, I don't know. There's been nothing on that front. Radiant Lloyd Firefly. That is some deep LSSQ lore. Animatronics Artist Drawing said hello. What's up, Animatronics Artist Drawing? And then Lily975 said, "Hey, LSSQ, I'm a big fan. Glad you can stop by, Lily. We're just chilling and chatting about lost media." Danny said hello. What's up, Danny? Yeah, physical lost media usually doesn't do very well on my channel, so I usually don't cover it. But every now and then I like to, so I think it would be worth doing another video on. So at some point I will, probably. Jelly said, "What piece of found lost media disappointed you a lot?" I actually did a whole video about that if you want to go back and watch it. It wasn't from too long ago. The Maiden Point Richmond Pixar thing was a big one. The Billy and Mandy pilot was another big one. Those were like I think the two big ones in the video that I made mention of. There were a few more though, like Kablam episode 29 not actually being real. That was one. Yeah, physical lost media, I don't know, it's like a whole big debate or whatever. I think it's a stupid debate. Well, I just think it's stupid in the sense of like, I don't know. I feel like the people that don't recognize it as like real lost media can keep their own opinion about it, and the people that do, like me, like should be able to just like call it. I just get so many comments and so many like people just like complaining about like physical lost media, the fact that I call it that, and like it, it adds confusion and this and that and everything else. But it's like, I legitimately feel like it is like, I just, based on like the definition that I feel like I've justified it enough times for me to continue calling it that, but I just get too sick of reading all the comments and complaints from people who disagree with that I just don't even like call it that anymore. But um you know oh, Buddog 18 with a lemon playing a trumpet and a, is it a grapefruit playing a trumpet? Nice choice of emojis, or animated stickers, I should say. Thank you for that. I will add the total up there. So you are truly the top crocodile tonight. I thought that was a duck at first, like playing his beak. Um how do you, Extreme Rex said, how likely do you think it would be to find pilots for cartoons that are very obscure, like really obscure, like barely remembered? I feel like it would be as easy as contacting the creator. I would almost argue that like maybe the more obscure ones would be easier to find because like the creators would probably still have the pilots. I feel like it's mostly with the bigger shows, actually, where the pilots were either lost at the network or like they've never been seen outside the network, But I feel like the smaller ones maybe would be easier to find. I've never really looked, I don't think I've ever really looked for a pilot from a really, really small show. So that'd be interesting to do at some point, actually. I'll think about that. Thank you again, Budog. This time there was no emoji, though. But still, if I hit $100, should I do something crazy? What should I do? I don't have any like food to eat or anything. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to read this. Cyan said, like the color. Interesting how a lot of lost media has been found this year. Yes, and you will see a lot of it in tomorrow's new video, which I guess you guys can probably guess what it is at this point. I'm not going to say what it is, but you can probably guess what it is at this point. I'm sure there's Sesame Street video game lost media for sure. There's a thread on the Lost Media Wiki forums about a lost arcade cabinet, actually, a Sesame Street lost arcade cabinet. I think it has a few pages worth of content, actually. There better be food next stream. I feel like I would never do a food stream. I think it would just, like, too many people... I don't want to say too many people would enjoy it, but, like, it would be too, like, uncomfortable for me. Tomorrow's news video on Kekrok confirmed. Flora Fox Knights said, hey, notice me, lol. Well, consider yourself noticed. The Ink Tank said, been a fan for a while, love watching your stuff. Thank you, I'm glad you enjoy. New video tomorrow as well on a topic that is related to the title of the stream and other topics that have been found recently. You can probably guess what the video is, but glad you've been watching for a while and you've been enjoying the content, so thank you for that, Ink Tank. And thank you for the super chat as well. And, well, we hit over 100, but I didn't have any goal or anything crazy to do, so I don't know what happens now. do a smoothie stream. I think I talked about this like last time, that there was a like a stream I was going to do at one point where I got Dairy Queen, and I was going to do like, I was going to stream it. It was going to be like, it was a Dairy Queen stream where I was going to get Dairy Queen and like set the camera up across from me and like do a stream of me eating Dairy Queen, I guess. Because I had no one else to go with at the time, and I was going to do a stream, but I never did. So that's kind of like lost media. I was going to do I think that was like one of the meme streams that never happened. There was another meme stream that was going to be like, I was going to go to McDonald's and set the camera up, and it was going to be like, I guess like you guys were eating with me, I guess. I don't know what like the idea behind that one was. It may have been like a date stream or something, like have a date with LSuperSonicQ and we were going to go to McDonald's or something. I never did that one. And then the last one was back when my friend group was together. We were going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and based on the amount of donations we got, we were going to get sauces that were like hotter and hotter and like eat chicken with hot sauces on it and like go up the hot ladder. But that never happened either. So 3 streams that are lost media. Speak a different language. I'm trying to think. Let me think of a phrase I can say to impress you guys. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber es ist nicht so gut. There you go. I just impressed the 2 German speakers in the chat. I actually did take German for 2 or 3 years. That reminds me of the funny story I tell every time that you guys maybe have heard me tell before, that it's almost, that story has almost become a meme in itself because it gets brought up so often. But I did take German for like 2 or 3 years in high school and middle school. I can remember a little bit of it, but like not a whole lot. Dakota Prime knows the story. Yeah, it's a good story. It's a really good story. Foreign language stream. Oh, I saw Liam Wright said your videos always help me sleep. Not that they're uninteresting. You just have a nice voice. Thank you. It's actually I think that's like one of the highest compliments I like getting. I think people saying that they put my videos on in the background is one of my most favorite compliments, and people saying I have a nice voice is another one of my favorite compliments. So thank you for that. I'm glad to hear it. I cannot speak Spanish, actually. Who would win in a fight? Gru or Shrek? Wait, those aren't even from the same companies, though. Right? Yeah, Gru is Illumination. Saturn acquisitions. Ooh, PK King Crimson. I actually have not bought a lot of Saturn. I don't think I bought any Saturn games recently. Oh, I take that back. I was going to say, I haven't bought any Saturn games recently, but I think between the last stream and this one, I actually did get... I finally got, after 3... It may have been 4 years of waiting. I finally got Bulk Slash, and I got it for $50? May have been less than that. May have been $40. So someone had a copy of it. I think I caught it right when it was like newly listed. It hadn't been sitting there for long. It is in perfect condition with the Obi, which is very important to me. The only thing it's missing is the front cover. I think Bulk Slash, it's not like other games where it's like a manual. It's like, I think there's like a paper cover piece, and then like a fold out insert. It came with the insert, but the front cover piece, it was missing. But for being in perfect condition with the Obi for like under $50, I've been waiting like 4 years to get that game. I finally got it for that price. Oh my gosh. And I can find a new front cover insert at any point. So I did get that recently. I was very excited to get that. Grew would 100% win. I'm glad we have a firm stance on that. Will King Koopa's cool cartoons ever be found? They might be. I think I heard a rumor that like Disney has those though, so I'm not sure. I'm not. I think that's in the running for the next On the Hunt topic from the Lost Media Wiki. It might be in the running. I've never really been too interested in the topic myself, and I think some episodes were found recently. There were a few more found, like 2 or 3 new ones found, I believe. I saw a thread on Reddit about that. I didn't really look into it, though. What's the story, Marcus? It was the one about my... Okay, I'm going to say it was the one about my German teacher, but I will put emphasis on my German teacher because there are a couple different German teacher stories, but this is the one where he showed the stuff in class that got him fired. That story, that's the classic story. If you don't remember it, I guess I could probably retell it. It's a classic story. It's so it's honestly probably one of like the funniest stories from high school that I can remember. It's so funny. I laugh at it so much. Pinky Shy said, I'll put your videos and other Lost Media videos on at 1.5 or 2 speed while multitasking just for the fun of it. I guess if that works for you, I'd never thought about playing videos at double the speed, but I suppose if you did that, you could get through more videos faster, so it's one way to look at it. Ice Age 1 deleted scenes. Dude, Ice Age is like one of those movies that just doesn't go away. Oh my god, if you buy a soda at Dairy Queen, do you go for a cola or go for a punch? Marco said. That's a good one. I like that. That's funny. That's funny. I would actually I'd probably go for a punch because I don't know. I try not to like drink a lot of soda, so I would probably go for a punch actually if I was there and I was getting a drink. Jason Smith said, are there any stories of lost media from the early days of video games similar to Yaya Beavis? I feel like there probably are. I would have to think of them off the top of my head. Or I think I meant to say I can't think of them off the top of my head. I feel like there must be. I think, well, I don't know if there are any exactly like Beavis, but there's some like the Amiga ports of Mario Bros. And Sonic. I think those are still pretty mysterious. Some other things like that too. There might be others. I'm just not super familiar with like older video game mysteries. Bioforce Ape was kind of one like that for a while, I think. There might have been a certain release of Action 52 that was kind of like that. Those are the only ones I can think of, though. Timothy Owens said there was apparently a Mamaya International Animation Festival according to the intro of an old cartoon called Less Escargots, but I can't find much evidence that it exists. Do you think it's genuine lost media or a hoax? I want to say I honestly feel like hoax lost media is more rare than you might think, so I would probably put money on it being real. That's what I would probably say, I think. That's just me, though. I've been wrong before about hoax lost media, like Kablam episode 29, but I would say it's probably real. Like, unless there's reason to believe it's fake, I would say it's probably real. Adam Noseworthy said, is there a released version of that Sabreman game shown off in Rare Replay? The 3D one? I know of a 3D Sabreman game that was canceled. I don't think that's playable. How many Sabreman games exist? I only know of that one that was canceled that like Yuri of Wind covered like a long time ago. Thoughts on Go for a Punch nowadays? Do you think it's real or fake? I feel like I think Go for a Punch, because I knew nothing about Go for a Punch going into the topic, and I was convinced it was real based on the evidence I had seen. And like, come to find out, months later, most of that evidence that made me believe it was real was actually fake. So now I'm back. So now I'm on the fake train. I really don't think it's real because everything that I believed about it was not true. So it's probably fake if I had to guess, honestly. Because there's no evidence that proves it exists. So, and we don't even know who OP is. So there's no way of even getting more like confirmation or information about it. I feel like if it is real, it's one of those things that is just going to appear one day. Or someone's going to find it and be like, hey, this is kind of similar to Go for a Punch. Like, could this be it? But I don't think it's anything we could actually like look for ourselves or anything like that. So I think though it's probably fake based on what I've come across. Hitogata is honestly so bizarre too. Jackson Teller. I have less of a stance on Hitogata because I haven't really been following it, and there is evidence that it exists, so at least it has that over Go for a Punch. But I'm still not really like convinced that that one is fake. It's just so hard to tell. It's just so hard to tell with that as well because like there's so many variables with that search. At least Go for a Punch, there's like nothing to really go on. But with Hitogata, there's almost like too much to go on. So, Mango Spike said, are we ever going to see the other Lost Sesame Street episode? The Snuffy's parents go for a divorce. There is speculation that actually wasn't a full episode. It was just a test clip that might not actually be related to a real episode. So we probably won't see whatever that is if it's not in this leak. I would be surprised if we did. Oh, Budog, thank you for the additional dollar. I'll add that to the list. Go for a divorce, yeah. I just like taking like a pause. I should have brought water, I suppose. Looking for a Lost Molly rap album that is not on the internet. Did it get a physical release? If it got a physical release, you could maybe you could try maybe like if it got a physical release, you could try maybe like music boards or like Discogs. I know Discogs is a really extensive like music database. If it's something that was never released, unreleased music is so hard. I don't really know a lot about that, so that's probably as far as I could direct you. Some people have given me some like unreleased music stuff before, and it comes from like these really like private servers and stuff, like Discord servers, so I don't really know. But dog with the blushing pair again. But dog, I think you could. I appreciate the donations, but I think you got to chill a little bit on the donations. They've been flying in. No one's gonna beat you for top Kraken owner, but thank you. Kekrok finds Go for a Punch. Now I suppose that would make sense. Colin Vore said, any updates on Jimmy Two Shoes? Are people still looking for that one? That one has kind of died down quite a bit. I have been meaning to contact a couple people who may be the investors that were involved with the pilot. I would like to ask them some questions, but I haven't had time to message them yet. But that is still on the table. Other than that, though, there have been no other updates. And yeah, I still have to get on that. So we got $3 more. We're at over 40 now. Um, thank you for that, Budog. Um, I think I know about the Lost Spyro movie. I think I saw something about that on the wiki. I did not read the article though. Go for a Dairy Queen. I like it. It's funny. Oh, what got me into the Saturn? Decado Prime said. I think I wanted to play. Well, it was two things. One is I played House of the Dead at the arcade, and I wanted a console version, and the Saturn version was the only one that existed. So I bought a Saturn and House of the Dead, and that's how that started. And then with Fighters Megamix, I think I came across that game after I had found House of the Dead, and I said, "Oh, that game's also on Saturn." Like, or I don't remember exactly how I came across Fighters Megamix, but I wanted to play it, and I said, "Oh, that's on Saturn too." Then I bought that game, and then I think at that point I had a collection of like 2 or 3 games, or maybe 4 games at the time, and I actually forgot about the console entirely for a couple of years, and then I remembered that I had it. I had a few games for it, and I said, "What? Like, why did I stop buying games for this console? Like, what am I missing out on?" And I went back to it, so I kind of revisited it, and I discovered there were so many games that I didn't even know existed back when I was first getting House of the Dead and stuff. And I started buying more, and then more, and then more, and then more, and then I decided, okay, I'm collecting for Saturn now, and that's kind of how it started. So, kind of a cool, like, a cool story, like, you know, played an arcade game, wanted it on console, and then like that led to like buying games for the console, and then that led to collecting for it. Got a dancing singing lemon. Thank you again for the super chat. No one's gonna beat you though. You're like way higher than like anyone though, but thanks for that. I see your comment. I just saw the comment. And then I just lost it. Go for a punch. That was not the comment, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, Timbo 30 or 303 official. I see your comment. I'm not going to read it out loud because I have thought about that. And I would like to do that. Yes, I've thought about it. I just don't want to like put it out there because I don't want anyone taking that idea. But I have thought about that. Yes, I would like that to happen at some point. Also, Marcus, yes, I have the House of the Dead remake, and I'm not a huge fan of it actually. It's a good House of the Dead game, like if you're a fan of House of the Dead, which I am, it's a good game in the series. It's very fun, very like in depth. However, as a remake to the first game, I don't really like it because I feel like it doesn't capture what the first game, like the charm of the first game. I feel like it doesn't capture very well. So for that reason, I'm not a huge fan of it. But just as a standalone House of the Dead game, it's really good. So I wish they would port. I wish we could get an arcade port of the original House of the Dead, like a straight arcade port, because the Saturn one isn't as good as the arcade one. There are a lot of like, it's a lot slower. Like you can't get red blood and stuff. So I wish we could get the arcade version. So maybe someday we'll get. I feel like they won't do that now though because the remake on Switch. So why would they port it? Why would they port the original? They should have put the original in the remake. Unless maybe it is in there and I just don't know because I didn't look up any of the unlockables or anything. So I don't know. Retrokin said, "Hi, LSuperSonicQ. Enchanted Earth was a canceled merch line for the Animal Jam that included a pink fox named Naya. And there was a pick that included prototype plushes. Ooh, might be good for some physical loss media. I should do another video on that at some point. I should. I think we have enough topics for it for sure. Raptor Rex said, "You got Nights into Dreams?" I do not have Nights yet, no. I'm not a big Nights fan. I never picked it up. At some point I will. I I just haven't yet. Um, Waifu Remy said House of the Dead 2 is my fave. I actually haven't played House of the Dead 2. I've only played the first one. At some point I would like to play the second one though. Marcus said, what gave the first game charm? Never played it. So the first game was charming, I feel like, because it had that old Sega, it just had that Sega feel to it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when people often compare 90s Nintendo and 90s Sega, the people that like Sega more, they kind of it's that Sega vibe, that 90s Sega vibe. I guess it's hard to explain, but maybe to put it more literally, it's the dialogue, for example, in the original is very memorable just because that first cutscene is the guy getting eaten by a zombie. It's oh no! It's just so cheesy, but it's so classic. And then when he gets killed, he's just the death noises too of the people. It's just the sound effects, the reload sound effect, the movements of the enemies. It's just there's something about it that is very, very charming, just in the way it was made. And the remake, it just feels like one of those modern 2022 vector graphics, if that's the way to put it, hyper realistic blood, very bright light effects. It just doesn't have the same feel to it. So, I don't know. That's my opinion about it. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Timothy Owen. Oh, Jackson Teller said I played a lot of No, I don't want to swear. I played the crap out of the demo for House of the Dead 2 on that promo Dreamcast disc. That's cool. Yeah, I feel like they don't do demo discs. Well, I guess they do demos on the Switch eShop and stuff, but I feel like demo discs, yeah, there's a certain quality to demo discs, especially when you're a kid or whatever, you have it and you play it. I feel like I've had experiences like that before where I've gotten various demo discs and I've just played the one demo over and over again. Demo discs, I feel like, are one of those older things that don't really exist a whole lot anymore. You don't really see them. I mean, I know that demos on the Switch and stuff, but it's one of those old relics of video game past that doesn't really have a place anymore. Hyper realistic blood, yeah. House of the Dead 2 on Switch has hyper realistic blood. Everyone. Thoughts on Goosebumps? I've never read Goosebumps. People told me to do Lost Media for it, though, I believe. But what if... Oh, Extreme Rec was saying, but what if the creator of the Ultra Obscure cartoon can't even be contacted since they've disappeared off the internet, basically? I mean, I guess in that case you wouldn't be able to contact them. I've definitely come across creators who don't exist online that I just haven't been able to contact. So I guess if that happens, your search is kind of, I guess, at a standstill, or maybe it will never even start, depending on the topic. Storm Owl said, sounds silly, but most demos on the eShop and stuff are too long. They aren't unique experiences, usually just the beginning of the game. Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you, I think. I know exactly what you mean, because I remember being at GameStop and stuff, and certain game demos and certain levels they'd start you at. It was at a certain point in the game and you had to figure it out. It was a lot more involved and fun. Yeah, I agree with you. I know exactly what you mean. And now, if you download a demo from the eShop on the Switch, it's the first half an hour of the game, and it feels a little less involved, I guess. Yeah, you're right. I know what you mean. What's up, Borkbine? I remember I randomly found a PS1 demo disc. I think it had a Bug's Life and Bomberman World on it. I've never played either of those games. I kind of got or I guess tapped out is maybe the right word. I kind of tapped out of like PS1, PS2 stuff. I don't know. I was getting PS1 imports and I just kind of lost a lot of interest in it. PS1 games they're kind of interesting, but they're not really like the most interesting thing. So I stopped getting those. And then PS2, I don't know. I played a lot of the PS2 games I really wanted, and now I don't really. There are still some games I want to play, but I'm just not really focusing on the PS2 right now. Like I played through like all the Time Crisis games and like Tekken. Those were like the two series I really played through, and now I don't really have any interest in the PS2. Oh yeah, the 3DS demos did have a limited number of uses. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's weird when you think about it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I haven't. My 3DS has been broken for years actually. Um, because I raged in Smash one day and I threw it and the top screen broke. So I never really had too much experience with it. I played a few games on it, but that was it. I didn't play like a lot of games or anything. M MSM content said I have been looking for this for a long time. I remember seeing a black and white animation in a bowling alley where there was a girl who was a zombie and it's a love song. Any tips? Bowling alley animations? Someone did tell me on Twitter recently they got like a hard drive that had bowling alley animations on it and they dumped it online, which is cool. But I wouldn't know. Maybe if uh was it your local bowling alley? If it's still there, you could maybe like I don't know, like ask them about it or something. I don't know where you'd go to find bowling. Like, is there like an archive or a community for that kind of thing? I feel like there might be, but I don't know. That's really tricky. Yeah, imagine bowling alley lost bowling alley media. Yeah, it's a really weird area of content. I would say if it was local, go to the bowling alley and ask about it. If it even if it wasn't local to you, I guess maybe see if there were like communities for it. I mean, that gets along the lines of like personal loss media, which is like a lot harder to like track down. Um, oh, don't remember where it was. Maybe you could look at bowling alley compilations on bowling alley animation compilations on YouTube. I feel like those exist. I just like personal loss media is very, very hard to find, and that sounds like it's along those lines. So I don't know like how you would really go about doing that aside from like just trying to do more research like online. Um, oh, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. Yeah, I would say maybe like look for compilations on YouTube. That's like the best advice I can give you. Linguini said, "Have you heard of the original version of the Chowder pilot? To my knowledge, it's only available on the press kit DVD and no footage of it is documented. Are you aware of it?" I am aware of it. I heard that it was actually just the first episode, but like shot in like widescreen, or like some of the scenes have a wider shot to them. Is there anything that is different about it that you know of? Because if there is something drastically different about that pilot, I will go out of my way to find a copy of it. I will. But if it's just the same but with the wide shots, I probably won't. Because I've heard that, but I didn't hear it was on like a DVD, so maybe it's something else. Do I dare talk about Spirit Quest? Josh Peck said, "Will you do more Spirit Quest?" Do I dare talk about that? Do I make mention of that? Do I anger people by alluding to the fact that I probably will not do any more of those? I probably won't. I probably won't. I tried to bring it back that time when we did the Donkey Kong one. Like 2 or 3 months ago, and it did worse than the original run it had. Like, it did worse. I don't think there's any life in it. I really don't. I can't see myself doing another episode, honestly. So sorry for anyone that liked that series, but it's just not viable for the channel at all. And the amount of time it takes me to put the episode, like, at least if I just like dumped the full streams on the channel, which I'm not going to do, but if I did, that would be like one thing, but to spend time editing it is like a completely different problem. I'm not going to spend time doing that, so unfortunately, I think the series is over. Yeah, I really enjoyed Spirit Quest. It just, I don't know, it just never seemed to do good. It just didn't seem to like capture the audience that I thought it would. Um so like the first episode was the only episode that did good. And even that, when I say good, I mean like good compared to like the other content I was posting at the time. Compared to my content now, oh, it did awful. So yeah, I just don't see a future for it. Um yeah. Um yeah, if my channel if my channel, yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. I would do more of a variety of content if it did have good views. Yes. If Spirit Quest could get maybe not like 100,000 views like my Lost Media videos do, but even like just 50,000 or like, 75,000. If it could just do, like hold its own, I would be fine with doing more, right? Like just if it could just make any kind of meaningful impact to my overall channel, I would do it. But it just does, like, or even just in general, any other content. Yeah. But the lost media, and I'm not even saying this is a bad thing, I'm just stating it, that the lost media is just like so like it's such a main focus of my channel that anything that's not lost media people aren't going to watch. So I'm going to give the people what they want to watch, and that's lost media. So that's why I only make videos about lost media. But yes, in theory, I would do other kinds of content if it would get views. Yeah, I would. Like the Fad to Forgotten videos, I would maybe retool that series, make each episode longer, and talk about more obscure things, for example. But even those videos did really bad towards the last few episodes, so that series is probably not coming back. And I'm sure there are other series too that are old that, I mean, that's one of the reasons why clay hasn't, why my clay sculptures haven't come back. Is because it just doesn't have a place on the channel anymore. Like people aren't going to watch me do clay sculptures. So it is what it is. Beanie Baby Snail is peacing out. Thanks for stopping by. New video tomorrow. Do not forget. I don't think there's any updates on Doraemon 1973. Someone asked earlier if I was going to do more anime lost media. I will at some point. I've been meaning to, but it's just not on the video schedule right now. Slinky Posting said, I loved Fad to Forgotten. I thought it was arguably more interesting than some of your lost media stuff. Yeah, I mean, some people really, really enjoyed it. And I'm glad they did. But I don't know. It's just the majority of people didn't. Art streams? I mean, I could, but I guess I would argue, would an art stream get more viewer interaction than like tonight's stream got, for example? I can't imagine it would. I feel like at this point it's too like late to kind of go back to like the old content. Not that I even mind that. I mean, I enjoy making the lost media videos, so I'm not really complaining. I'm just like stating I think it's like too late to go back. Jim said, for importing DVDs from different regions, would it be better to have a multi-region player or multiple players? I would probably say, I mean, that's a tough one. I don't know if there's any like, I suppose it would be easier to have one player for convenience instead of having like a bunch of different ones. I don't know if there's any benefit to that though. I'm not super familiar with that kind of thing, but I would just assume it would be better to have one. I'm the goat of lost media. Thanks for that. Bob3 Studios, what's the big idea? Has a close chance of being found. Oh yeah, the Wicked Witch thing was found, if that's what you're asking about. Yeah, the Wicked Witch episode was found. It was leaked the other day. And yeah, like seeing it on YouTube, like you can just type it under YouTube and like there it is. It's pretty crazy. Oh, Zim Rodriguez searched up American Greeting Mallows, some actual toys they made for the series. So it's not canceled, but some of it is physical lost media. Man, physical lost media video is looking more and more real. Do you think Snuffy's parents get a divorce could get found? Lost Yoshi said. I said earlier probably not, because we believe it's not a real episode. It was just a test segment used to like screen test the episode with kids. So I don't think it's an actual episode, so I don't think it's going to be part of any kind of archive or leak. So we will probably not see it. The process to getting prototypes, pretty much just contacting people that I thought would have them. It was basically that simple. Well, it was hard finding them. It was hard finding those kinds of people, but they were out there and I found them and I just asked them about it. So I kind of wanted to make a story about that, or a video about that at some point, but I haven't yet. I don't know if I should or not. Yeah, Kai or Key. No one has confirmed whether or not Snuffy's parents get a divorce was a full episode. I think I heard speculation that it wasn't, simply because I guess it wasn't in the leak, and it would have been in the leak if it was a full episode. So I think that's the theory behind it. Rarity Dorama said disappointing found media. I did a video on that, actually. You could watch it on the channel. Some pieces include Kablim episode 29 because it was fake, Maiden Point Richmond DVD, and what was the other one the Billy and Mandy pilot. Yeah, what XZ's man said. Unless it's XYZ man. But I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! What do I want to say? A basic knowledge Yu-Gi-Oh! Person. I pronounce XYZ as XZ's, because I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Lost media I found myself. Well, Kappa Mikey pilot. What else did I find? I feel like I don't know if the Kappa Mikey pilot is probably the only. A lot of those search efforts were like collaborative. So I guess I would maybe say Kappa Mikey, like The Wire short. Slamfest when that shows up. I guess it would depend. I guess it would depend on I guess it would depend on what qualifies as yourself. I don't know. I guess maybe Kappa Mikey. I think I found other stuff besides just Kappa Mikey, but it was a while ago. Does disproving the existence of the Angry Beavers Cuff Together pilot count as found media? Cartoon Fan 18 said, hello, what's up, Cartoon Fan? Jacato Prime is peacing out. Can't wait for tomorrow's video? Yeah. Kaio Kari is peacing out too. Yeah, I think I'm at 9% for a battery. We've been going for 2.5 hours, which is pretty standard time. I think we're probably going to end up going for maybe 10 more minutes or so, and then I think I'm going to have to peace out as well, because I actually have to finish editing tomorrow's video. So that has to happen as well. But this was a good stream. I'm glad that we were able to do it. Do you think, Connor Terry said, do you think now the episode leaked, do you think Sesame Street will release it officially? No, I feel like they won't release it officially, because they never wanted to begin with, and now that it's leaked, I think they probably see even less of a reason to. So I don't think it will be. I don't think they'll ever release it officially. I'm not sure if they even can because there might be some legal issues with it as well, with people who are like deceased having appeared in the episode, which was part of the reason why it was never really released within modern times to begin with. EAS CEC said, "Oh hey, how's everything? Pretty good. We're just talking about lost media, as always." Jackson said, "Do you think the Internet Archive is a safe place to archive stuff?" Yeah, I would probably prefer that. I would recommend that rather over YouTube for sure. I almost never see stuff that get taken down from Internet Archive, but it's always good to have a backup copy yourself anyway, just in case. Zoog Weekend said, "Did you know that Tim Burton's film adaptation of Sweeney Todd originally had an opening and ending scene featuring Christopher Lee singing?" I think someone told me about that before. It sounds familiar, yeah. I remember, like, that sounds vaguely familiar. I've probably heard about that before, I think. Yeah. It's crazy how, like, quickly the time goes by doing these streams. Like, it doesn't feel like it's almost been 3 hours. Linguini said I was actually able to locate the press kit DVD on eBay, and there are surprisingly a number of differences besides the formatting. Yeah, send me that. I'll take a look at it. You can DM me on Twitter, like LSuperSonicQ, or on Discord. Which my Discord is just LSuperSonicQ. Yeah, so you can do that. Because I don't think you can post links in the chat here. I wonder if it's the one I'm thinking of. Is it like one little like pamphlet case DVD that has like weird like text that says chowder on it? I've seen that before. If that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, glad you enjoyed the stream. Michael's Mega. PugsTube said, do you think we will find Slamfest? I do think we will find it. I really do think we'll find it at some point. Yes. When that'll be, I don't know. Oh, it is that one? Okay, yeah. If it is different, I'll totally buy it. I'll totally buy it. But you can still send it to me or whatever. Yeah, I think we will find Slamfest. It will just take more time. But I really do think that it's not lost forever. I really do. I think we found enough evidence to suggest that it's still out there somewhere. That's my belief anyway. Can you make a video on lost media of canceled animated films? It's a pretty broad topic, but I think I could. Probably. It sounds like it would be easy enough to put together in a video. EAS said, "Hey, Super, don't you know there is some lost television intrusions out there?" Oh, that might be for an interesting video too. I never thought about that. I guess that's not quite lost media, but it's kind of like related to it. That'd be cool. Maybe I could collab with someone on that. It sounds like a collab worthy topic. Yeah, it's cool, Slim Cognito. What if not just the creator has disappeared, then don't look for it because you're not going to find it. I don't know. I don't think I've ever come across a topic that is that lost that there's nothing about it online. I don't know what to say about that. Going goth. Tyzok said that. Wasn't it like a fake thing? Like a fake lost media thing? I remember like hearing about that, I think, on Twitter. I think it was fake unless you're thinking of something else. Waifu Remy said, time for sleep now. Thanks for the stream. No problem. Glad you could stop by. Will Phantom Blood be found? Yep, that's the other one that I think will be found eventually that can't stay hidden forever. I really believe that. Videos helped me to find... Your videos inspired me to find a lost 2004 Nicktoons short. I made a new page for it on the wiki. But hopefully it won't be lost for much longer. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad my videos could inspire you. That's cool. And maybe you guys will be even more inspired by tomorrow's new video as well, which is probably what I'm going to work on after this. So I guess with that said, we have like maybe 40 more seconds. So yeah, 40 more seconds of the stream. But thanks for everyone for coming out tonight. Thanks for the super chats, everyone. New video tomorrow, Thursday night, as always. And next week, I think we'll maybe do another stream, and there should be another video on. I don't really want to plan too far ahead, though, because I never know what's going to, how much time I'm going to have from week to week. But new video tomorrow for sure. So got like 20 seconds. Oh, yeah, maybe it was that extreme wreck. Got like 2 seconds. Okay, now we've hit an hour 45. So with that said, I'm LSuperSonicQ. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Until next time. Well, until tomorrow.